Yeah, baby, we here. Who's talking shit about not being on time? Zero. A big shout out to you because you're the first comment of the day. But all you guys, we're always on time. Our time.
Yes.
Which is the great thing about doing shit yourself. But you know what I was just thinking? Imagine like any other business did this shit. Like, you know, you go to the bank, they just open up whatever the fuck they want. You get there at 8 o'clock, they show up at 8:15. That shit would have you pissed, I know.
Dude, what about like a baseball game? They're just like the World Series. Starts
well,
at
that
7.
could happen, but it could happen. That could happen.
Well, rain delay or
Rain,
something
yeah.
like
Yeah, we don't have that same excuse. So, Mark, you know what the truth is, man? I will receive your rebuke, man, and we will try to be more diligent on that because the truth of the matter is, man, time, you know, I don't like to fuck with people's time. Brian has no problem with it, but I don't like to fuck with people's time. Welcome back to another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia and Brian T. Licata. I'm your host, Gary G. Garcia, along with my brother in misinformation, Brian T. Licata, and we're doing it again. Why? No one knows. But we're here. We're doing it. I got on my Round Earth Skeptic shirt, rocking the Round Earth Skeptic.
I had my sweatshirt on last night. I wore it out last night. I was wearing the Round Earth Skeptic. I was getting looks. It was really funny when you wear it and you meet somebody, you'll see them look at it. They look at you. They look back at it. And then you could see them trying to think if they should say something or not. And then they invariably don't.
Yeah, I think they're trying to figure out what that means. Like they're sitting there going, wait a minute. Is he a flat earther? I don't get it. You're not alone. I don't get it.
The only person who said something last night was Eleanor. At the end of the night, she's like, what is that? I was like, oh, it's Rated G merch. She's like, oh, of course it is. I was like, it's not that we believe the earth is flat, we're not sure if it's actually round.
That's what it is. That's all it is. I just don't know. I'll be the first one to say I don't know. If that makes me dumb, well, you won't be the first person to call me that. I got like 80,000 people on YouTube calling me that shit.
Instagram too, man.
Instagram's been hitting me up too. I'm dumb
Protestant.
On Instagram too.
Yeah, you're a Protestant.
I'm a Protestant on Instagram.
Protestant.
Yeah, if I'm a Protestant, then I don't know.
I don't even get that.
I don't think a Protestant would want you calling me that.
Do you have any idea why they're saying that?
I have no idea. No idea, man. Nor do I intend to try to figure out people who take the time to comment on the fucking thing on the internet.
But on the
show, I get it. Commenting on the show, we read them, we have conversation. I love the comments. We go back and forth. But like on a post, I just never understood that. I commented once and I got into Facebook beef.
Really? Yeah, I never really.
Yeah, because someone that I wasn't even talking to, that I don't even know, chimed in trying to be slick. You know, somebody had put down, it was stupid. Somebody had put down, how do I get to Carnegie Hall? Which originally I'm thinking, dude, you got a GPS, you know, but he was legitimately asking. And I said, practice, you know, and then some idiot trying to be funny decided to say, well, by that way of thinking, then practice would be the whatchamacallit train, you know?
Oh.
And I said,
dude, that's actually really funny though. So practice is the 2 train from Flatbush to MSG.
So I just responded, ass clown. And then he responded, are you talking to me? And I said, who else would I be talking to? You're the only idiot who responded to my text, to my response, you know? And they started trying to talk all gangster and shit till I inboxed them.
Oh, then you sent him a DM?
Oh, yeah, man. I went deep in his DM because he was talking shit. So I was like, dude, I looked you up. You're in Astoria. I'm in Astoria. I saw the dude. He had a banjo. I told him, dude, don't be talking shit when your fucking profile picture got a banjo. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're holding it like this. But if you're holding it like this.
Or you're like front man in a band, like a big band.
A big band with a banjo player? What big band are you talking about? Hee-haw?
Dude, Kermit the Frog. Best banjo, best banjo player. The Rainbow Connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
What song is that, dude?
Dude,
I thought you was gonna do the go-to, which is "It's Not Easy Being Green."
no,
That's
dude.
the one we all know. I don't know what song you were singing, dude.
So,
What song's
so
that?
the Muppet movie, the original
Oh,
Muppet movie,
oh,
when Kermit decides to go to Hollywood,
oh, all right.
is probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
Why am I not surprised?
The writing,
It's
the
the
acting,
writing,
the puppeteering.
the puppeteering.
Dude, the
That
comedy.
must be a cool job to have, right? Being a
Yeah,
puppeteer.
I
Be like,
was
what do you do for a living? I'm a puppeteer.
I was the Grinch in the 6th grade. We had a puppet show, and one of the teachers was, he was really artistic with like making them, and I was the Grinch. We did the whole Grinch. Dude, it was popping. It was a really, really
No,
good
I'm sure,
show.
man. You
It
gave
was
him
a
a lot to
great
work with.
show. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gave him a lot to work with. All he had to do is paint you green.
No. It was a puppet show. It was a puppet
Oh,
show. Yeah, I was the Grinch and the
oh,
puppet. So I had the Grinch, and
oh.
my hand went all the way up inside of him, and there's like a
Another
foam.
rated gay moment.
There's a foam ball, right? That it was his head, and I had like a little mouth movement, and then I had one arm.
Bud is just gonna have a field day with this clip right here. Big up to Butters. He's either one of our biggest haters or biggest supporters. I really don't know what to call him, but big up to Butters, man.
He's our biggest lover.
I think he likes you.
Yeah, he might, dude.
Might.
He might, rabbits. He might. Yeah, but that song is from the Muppet movie, and I watch it once a year. Christina's watched it with me like twice. The first time, she's like, "Why are we watching this?"
I didn't like the movies. I loved the show. I didn't care for the movies. I don't know why.
Not even the original, the first Muppet movie. Dude, Steve Martin scene in that.
It wasn't bad. It just wouldn't be up there on the list of one of my best movies. Although on the list of one of the worst fucking stores to go to, let's give a fuck you shout out to Walgreens once again. It's not the first fuck you shout out it's gotten from Rated G, but Walgreens just has to be the worst, man. You told me you were going to get a coffee. You told me you were going to get a coffee, and I was like, oh fuck, I could use a coffee. I knew I couldn't run to Dunkin'.
Right.
So I said, let me run real quick to Walgreens. I got there. I had 15 minutes when I spoke to you. I got there in like 3 minutes. There was 3 people online. 3 people online. You might as well have 100 people on fucking line. They got one chick there. She got 2 dudes there that I know aren't going to buy what they have there. They have like all this shit and they don't look like they could afford it. And she's fucking with a machine. And then like the manager comes because the machine's stuck and she fixes it and walks away. And I'm like, yo, where are you going? Because now there's a line. When I got there, it was 3 people. Now there's like 15. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why don't you open up another register? Why do I have to be the manager here? It makes no fucking sense. I'd rather go to Burger King in the hood. Because at least there, they're not gonna put up with that shit, dude. They're not. They're gonna be like, look, straight up. And I'd rather know what you want. The menu's the fucking same. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have that attitude.
And the BK, you can have it your way.
Well,
you just tell them what you want.
Not really, man. I once ordered a fucking burger with no pickles when we were on the road. It was me, Adam, Mike, and what's it? Why am I forgetting? Terry.
Yeah,
me,
Terry.
Mike, Terry, and Adam. And I ordered a burger with no pickles. And then I go outside and something told me to check. And I opened that shit up and there were like 12 pickles on there. Like 12. It was like a whole patty of pickles. And then Adam, of course, is like, maybe he thought you said Mo pickles. I was so fucking upset. Man.
Oh,
that's purposely done. That's not even like you forgot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure if I ordered extra pickles, I wouldn't have got that many pickles.
No,
I'm sure I would have got 4 pickles. Right? Because what did they put on that? 2? So extra would be 4. This shit had to be like 12 pickles, dude. It was like stacked with pickles.
No, you're not a pickle guy, huh?
Pickles. Ugh. Me and Mark were talking about that shit. Me and Cyril were talking about that shit. Pickles. I don't like pickled anything. It's
Um,
gross. Why make it taste gross?
yeah,
Pickled
no,
eggs,
yeah,
really?
I'm not into pickled anything other than just regular pickles, pickled cucumbers. And I always thought they were gross when I was a kid, but as I got older, I don't know.
And
I
you
like
became more gay. You started liking them. You like the big dills. This has been another rated gay moment.
Hi, Michelle. Good morning.
Hey, Michelle. How are you?
Good morning to you,
Oh
my
man,
love.
yeah. The other night I did a show, dude, and it was like the crowd might as well have not have been there. It was weird,
Was
man.
this the one that I asked you about last night or
Yeah,
yesterday?
yeah.
Okay, all
It
right.
was like the
Let's let.
crowd might as well not have been there, man. It was just so fucking horrible, man. Splash 1976 is here, man. Too early for the rainbow stuff. It comes naturally to Brian, man. He's part of that community.
I'm in West Hollywood right now too, G.
Oh yeah, there you go. You're on the road, man. See that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you call loyalty right there to me and you guys, man. He's on the road. He could easily have been like, I'm on the road. I can't do the show. But he didn't. He hooked up, found a nice little spot. That spot actually looks better than your normal spot.
Thanks, man. Yeah, yeah, it's a really nice, it's a really nice apartment. It costs way more than my place at home. Yeah, dude, it's I got a little greenery, a little the kitchen.
A little life in there.
Yeah.
What shirt are you wearing? What's on your shirt? In my whole phase.
And the best part is my wife bought me the shirt because she thought it was funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
But so what was with the crowd? You said they weren't present. What was it?
I mean, they were there. They were there. It was just like, I don't know, man. It could have been cut out figures. It could have been like the baseball games during the lockdown, just cut out figures. It was like, I don't know, 30 for life. Or is that 304 life? Did I read that wrong?
304 life, maybe.
Yeah, it was just fucking horrible show, man.
Who went up before you?
Matt. It was Matt, me, and Buddha. Not a bad show.
Not a bad show at all. Yeah.
Nah. I got
Especially-
off and right away Matt texted me, dude, that was insane. Don't even think away about it. And I'm like, who's thinking away about it? I know there's comedians out there that when they have a bad set, they get like, suicidal or whatever. But I'm just like, all right, I had a bad day at work. It lasted 20 minutes.
Right.
Most people's bad day at work lasts at least 6 hours. 6 to 8 hours.
And how many times in your life do you think you've been on stage?
Have I been on stage, including
just period? How many times do you think you've gotten brought up? Thousands?
Yeah,
1,000?
easy thousands, easy. Yeah.
So I always think that that's a big difference for you too, though.
Between music and comedy, I probably did 1,000 just in comedy. Wait. I mean, what's the math? 356 days in a year, right? Or something like that. 365.
But hey, dude, we're on our own time.
Close.
We do our own calendar, our own clock.
365, right? So you times that by 5. And you got a roundabout number of just how many times I've been in Atlantic City. That's not even including before I got here, which was a year before that, and all the mics and
that's like at least 2. I mean, you probably done at least 2,000 shows in AC.
In AC alone. Yeah, I've probably been on. If I really was to think about it, probably close to like 4,000, 5,000 shows I've done, probably.
So I think that's a big difference between you and a lot of the other guys you work with. A lot of the times, if you've been performing way longer.
Oh yeah,
like even people who've been doing comedy for 5 years longer than you, they haven't been on stage more than you.
No,
performing.
No, man, no, man. It's what it is. Michelle says, speaking of shirts, just ordered the picture shirt of you two. It's supposed to come next week. We got a picture shirt up there. Do we got new drip that I don't know about, son?
You might have seen it. It's the picture that Esco took.
I gotta get me that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here.
I gotta get me that.
There's one in color. Here, let me show you. There's one in color, and then there's one in black and white.
We should get one in the color you got on right now, that military green.
See?
Oh, that's dope. Oh, that's dope.
And then we got Esco's put his handle down there first.
Oh, that's real dope, man. I gotta go cop me that.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle, you're gonna get it before me. That's freaking dope, yo. All right. There you go.
Thank you, Michelle. Thanks for supporting the show.
Splash, smoking suckers with logic. Yeah, man, world famous. We're big in Germany. Queens get the money. Yeah, man, for a while it was fun.
Yeah.
And it was easy to do. Nowadays, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old for the game. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm just too old.
What, like the hustle game or the performing game?
I mean, how hard is it to hustle? It's not that hard.
It's time consuming though, dude.
That's all it is, man.
It's time consuming, and you have to. And it's like you think your time's gonna be free, but it's not free. Just doing shit.
No. When you break it down in numbers, man, you're doing just even probably more work than if you just work. The truth of the matter is, someone broke it down. I forgot who it was. I think it was Matt Walsh probably, but he broke down like how the easiest way to get through life is just getting yourself a good 9 to 5. That's where you're gonna get at least guaranteed 2 weeks vacation. 2 weeks sick that you can use to either be sick or hustle as.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, but fuck that shit, dog.
What I'm saying
like
is,
all the way up.
Oh yeah, for me, that's not the way to do it.
Nah.
But I'm saying for people who don't want to work, the easiest way to do the least amount of work is get a job.
Right. For the bigger the company, the better.
Yeah, because if like to work for yourself is much more work. People think I sleep all day, but the truth is, it's like I work more. Even my mother said, "Don't you think you work more now?" And I was like, "Not. Like I don't consider it work, but it is work.
You're living, really.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a lifestyle. Comedy is a lifestyle. But I work all day, and if you start your own business, you're gonna work all day. You never really take a day off.
Every time you're talking to somebody, you're thinking about it.
Or if you're gonna do art, which is what I'm doing, I'm in the arts. The arts there's a reason why there's a thing called struggling artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the money's good, sometimes it's not. It's all a hustle. So, it sounds easy. Splash says it sounds easy and it works, but one mistake and you could waste 20 years for nothing. True. I mean, but listen,
dude,
we've spoken about that, where even when you do your own shit, right, or to get ahead in the company, you have to do everything right. There's a bunch of things you have to do right. You do one thing wrong, and that's it. Everything
permanent record.
It's your permanent record, whatever the fuck that is. But that's how it is, So with that being, that's why it's very important, especially for me, because I lose my patience a lot, and I quick, I start flipping out, man. It's probably a short complex thing. It's probably a Napoleon complex thing, but I bug out quick, and I got to stop that because it only takes one wrong fucking move. Even on, but I mean, really, the truth is we fly every week without a net. One wrong word I say, which I've said a bunch of them. Let me put it this way. One wrong word they decide to listen to.
Right, like Oriental.
And who are they? Who are they? Them. One wrong word they decide to listen to, and they could, they can crush me, like a grape. Although I think we do have at least 200 people that would support me. And if they all lived in one city, I'd probably have a good career. If they lived in one town, and
you can sell out.
Perform, I'd sell out. In a small club.
Yeah, but a nice club, not small in size, but
yeah, where I could do what I'm doing now, pay my bills, and
big in stature
and chill. Big up to Honda, Boardwalk Honda, man. That's the place to go, yo. Them motherfuckers looked out for me again. Got me in and out, man. Jacked up my rim.
They fixed it?
Yeah, the first time I went there, they were like, "What happened to the rim?" I was like, "Oh, dude, man, it was New Year's, man. I kind of, and I said, I kind of banged up the curb. And he said, "No, you didn't." And I said, "Nah, I came around." He said, "No, you didn't." And I said, "What?" And he goes, "You hit a pothole." And I go, "Oh, yeah, that's right. I hit a pothole."
Yeah.
So they always look out for me, man. I woke up with a dent in my hood because you can't have nothing nice in Atlantic City. I'm mad that I just didn't see it. I just want to see it. I want to look out my window, see someone fucking with my car, But
You think it was overnight? I had to be, I guess, right?
Yeah, it was overnight for sure.
From what you were saying, it sounds like somebody sat on the hood.
Sounds like some fat ass sat on my fucking car.
Mm.
You know, that's what it looks like.
Hmm.
Some fucking fat ass sat on my shit. I wish I would have saw that shit.
What
man.
race do you think he was?
From out here, probably some sort of, I don't know what they are. I don't think they're Mexicans. What are they out here? The dent in the hood is from a hooker's ass. Nah. If you see the hookers out here, they don't have the weight on them. Oh, I mean, no, there are some big ass hookers out here. That is true. You do see some big ass hookers out here, man. That's horrible.
So what do you think they're hooking for? Food? Is that what it is? They're trying to get that fix? Can't get enough cannolis and pizza
to please daddy.
Turn to the street
to please daddy, man. Daddy's like, go out there and
make that money.
Rent. Yeah, make that money. They want to please daddy. I don't know. Are pimps even around anymore now that the internet's here?
I mean, hookers still are. No.
Yeah, but don't a lot of them just do it in house? They go online and. I guess you still need some sort of security.
Well, I mean, just because they're doing online videos, it doesn't replace the hooker. It replaces porn.
No, I mean, no, you got them. What the fuck are you talking about? Escorts, man. You know, you go online, you meet them online, and you're not necessarily walking.
Yeah, but who do you think's running that?
I mean, are they still walking?
Who do you think? Who do you think is
running?
Yeah, who do you think's running that? The escort service? A pimp.
A pimp.
Yeah.
Well, no. What if it's not a service? Don't a lot of these chicks? I mean, I don't know much about the game. You probably know more than I do.
Yeah.
But don't
we
they
had to
just
deal with
have their own like?
No, dude. You have to. Yeah, you go on the website, but then you talk to the pimp. Then the pimp sends you up with the hose. That's the way it works. You can check pimps, the letter N, hose.com. Link in the description.
You're a dick. You're a dick, but that's part of your charisma, I think.
My dickishness.
I feel uncomfortable saying that word now, thanks to Butters. He's made me very self-conscious. I don't even know the motherfucker. Gay! I don't even know him.
That's the sound effect that'll take us down.
Splash 1976 says the strip clubs have taken a hit with all the chicks running to OnlyFans. No more good neighborhood grab spots.
Yeah. Grab spots.
I was never big into. I'm not gonna say I never went to strip clubs. I just never wasn't really big into them.
Yeah, right there with you.
It was just weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, here's $1. Come get your $1, and then they wiggle it, and you gotta.
It's too sad. It was always way too sad for me.
No, and then you ever go one that like somebody who like has too much fun, like it's almost abusive. Like my boy Polo used to roll the money up and throw it at him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, dog. Why you throwing it at him, man? And then he would try to shoot it in. They'd spread the thing. He tried to shoot it into their butt cracks. But a lot of times he just tried to peg him in the head. He would look at me and go, "Watch this one, the one in the middle," and then whip it at their head. And I'm like, that's fucking foul. I mean, it would just go like this and kind of take, but sometimes he got that shit balled up with
yeah, when it's tight and he would drill it.
Yeah, man. It's horrible. You ever feel it? Horrible, man.
Yeah, dude, the only time I really went to them was in West Virginia. When I was in college, dude, we would always end up going to the strip club at like 4 a.m. And dude, they were rough. rough.
4 in the morning, yeah, man.
In West Virginia, dude. They were horrible, bro.
I remember we was on tour once and we wound up because it was the only place to get a drink was the strip club. And we went there and there were no strippers, just poles. And
really?
we were like, isn't this a strip club? Not that we didn't care. We hung out there and drank, but we just found it very weird. And they were like, oh yeah, they all left early because it wasn't a lot of people.
There was nobody here. What was that, Ohio? That sounds like Ohio.
Somewhere. I have no idea. Probably some Ohioan place somewhere
around
there.
Definitely Ohio.
And then my most memorable, 2 memorable times when I brought my son to his first strip club. That was pretty memorable.
I'm sure it was.
Because we get there, my son says to me, well, first I tell him and his boy, look, don't go in the room with them. Whatever you do, don't go in the room with them. They're gonna get you. And then of course, the minute we walk in, my son's boy goes right into the room with him, right? And we don't see him for the rest of the night. And my son is like, right, we get there, we're hanging out, whatever, having some drinks. And he goes, "Yo, Dad, how long are we staying here for?" And I said, "Your nose will let you know." He goes, "What?" And I go, "Just talk to me later." And we're hanging out maybe like 40 minutes. We're there. And then my son goes, "Yo, Dad, it's starting to smell like ass and fucking dirty pussy." And I went, "It's
Time
time
to
to
go.
go. Once you start smelling it, then it's time to go." You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then when I went with what's his name? The Aflac dude, the one who played the parrot in Aladdin. What was his name again? That he passed away not too long
Gilbert
ago.
Godfrey?
Gilbert Godfrey. I went with him, with
Really?
AC, yeah, he was with AC Jokes.
You guys went to the
So,
strip club? That's sick.
so he wanted to go to the strip club. So we brought him
Hell
to the
yeah.
strip club, and of course they were treating him like he was who he was. We get this
Right.
little section, there's a table right in front of us, personal dancer, and one of them spills his drink on his lap. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen because then he couldn't even enjoy nothing after that. They patted him down, but then they try to go back to normal. And I'm sitting right across from him. So I see the chick's legs like this. And I see him like between her legs. And she's facing me, bending over and shaking her ass right in his face. And he's just like,
Just so annoyed.
and he was a little weird, already.
Oh,
Like, you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like he
yeah,
was
yeah,
ready.
yeah,
But a
yeah,
cool
yeah, yeah.
dude, I'm not gonna lie, a cool dude. Like when we
Mhm.
walked there, he wasn't a good 60 something. He wasn't
Health-wise? You mean health-wise?
like just getting around, going up the
Yeah.
steps. You had to help
Yeah,
him up the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
steps
yeah.
and
Yep.
walking. It was like just getting from Bally's to the strip club that's on the boardwalk. What's that one called? Stilettos. So from
Mhm.
there to Stilettos, it's not that big of a walk. It's like a 10-minute walk, but it was like a struggle, real slow paced,
Right. How
slow
was his
paced.
set?
Oh, filthy, but he was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
great. I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie, he's one of the
yeah.
legends. It was an honor to be able to share the stage with him a couple of times. I think I did like maybe 3 or 4 shows with him, I think.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, so
That's
that was
cool.
dope. Traveling runner, what's up, baby? Peace, fellas. Peace to you too, man. Splash said he probably had a habitual powder user from back in the days. Um, yeah, they did have fun back then. I don't know if he was still on that, but back in the days, he probably partied fucking really hard, you know. But
Mhm.
it wasn't like drinking heavy or nothing like that. I was smoking a blunt. He didn't get down on the weed with me. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he even took a hit, if I'm correct. Yeah, because I'm sure I offered it. I'm sure I offered it. I'm sure I was like, "Yeah, you
Mhm.
wanna hit?" I think most of the older school comedians that I meet, you know, um, they don't smoke a lot of weed.
No, dude, it wasn't really like, I mean, I guess it was just a little more, what, unaccepted, I guess, back then,
I'm
or
sure they were doing cocaine probably,
yeah,
but
yeah, that's what I'm kinda thinking about. I mean, but they were comedians, like
I mean, I don't know. Dave Chappelle smokes a lot of weed. He always was very open about that. There's a bunch of
Mhm.
comedians that talked about weed. They
Yeah.
just don't, some of them, a lot of them don't even drink anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just trying to, keep their bodies alive, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure they went hard back in the day. Splash says after a certain age, you can't tolerate anything anymore. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that age is, man.
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
53. I still like to
you don't
fucking,
yeah, you don't have that, dog.
I still like to dabble. You know what I'm saying? It is different now. You know what I'm saying? Now, like if I do Molly, I don't want to be in the club. If I do
Mhm.
Molly, I'd rather be in my crib with the music thumping with whoever it is I'm doing Molly with, and like dance around naked and shit. Themore 76, what's up, baby? Gary, you remember the lady who played the keyboard with her tongue on the boardwalk? I do not. I do not. Was that in the last 5 years? Because I've only been out here for 5 years. So if it was before that, I wouldn't know.
Hmm.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just the way I do my drugs is different nowadays. Even like tripping. I used to love to trip and go out.
Mhm.
Now, oh yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, I don't remember her. Now, yeah, being home is way better, which is why I said I was never really a good drug addict because
Mhm.
I would always choose rent over the drug. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, yeah, I could get some drugs right now, but then I wouldn't have rent. you know, and then if I get into that habit, then I'm going to lose the apartment. I'm going to have to do my drugs outside. Nobody wants to do drugs outside. I mean, some people don't give a fuck. They out there cranking over, not giving a fuck. But I did. You know, I always cared. I cared about my teeth too. You know, like I was always like,
yeah,
you
dude,
know,
I always did too. I always took care of my physical, well, tried to as best I could take care of my physical health. Always brushed, always flossed.
yeah,
You
man.
know, well,
Now my old toe, you know, my left toe's been acting up. It's probably a year. I haven't gone and got it checked
you got
out.
like gout? Is it gonna be the gout?
You know, everyone keeps saying it's gout. It's not gout. Why would it be gout? I don't do any of the things that gives you gout. I call it old toe. But like, here's the thing. I don't know. It could be smoker's toe, right? Because you've seen those commercials where they lose the toes and the fingers. But if it's smoker's toe, that's going to be the only one to go. You know, at that point, I'll be like, okay, I think I'm done with the smoking tobacco. You know, anymore, it's a gay thing. What, smoker's toe is a gay thing?
No, your toe. Your toe is the gay thing.
But just my toe?
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to make is,
Let's see. Pull it out. Let's yeah,
I'm not
let's
pulling out my
dude,
toe.
you pull it out right now. I want to see it on
That's
air.
what she said.
Live.
This has been another fucking rated gay moment. I
Let's
never
see
realized how
Let's
gay
see
this
it.
fucking podcast was until fucking Butter said it.
Come on.
And now,
Come on.
now every time you speak, you're just like,
come on, pull your toe out. Let's see it. Let's
put
see
your
it.
shirt back on. You look like fucking Kramer. Nobody wants to see that. Oh God, I feel sorry for your wife. That's what she got to look at. And I'm pretty sure you be trying to be sexy too in front of her, all lanky,
No,
all
dude.
lanky, trying to be sexy.
I know I'm not sexy. I've never. I just try for smooth talking.
You're very lanky. You know, I can see you coming in, like getting your whole, looking like a fucking, like one of those car salesman inflatable dolls.
Whip it out, bro. Come on, I'm waiting.
I'm not, dude. Stop it. Stop talking like that. I don't even like you talking like that, man. All right, we gotta wheel it back a little bit, brother. You gotta reel it in. I don't know what's going on with you out there in LA. This motherfucker talking like he want to get famous. You looking to get famous out there in La La Land, son? Is that what's going on? Trying to get comfortable with the lingo? Well, listen, man, it's good to have someone on my team who's willing to take it for the team. Because who knows, maybe this will go further than I thought. I know how far I was gonna get with just my morals, but your morals might take us to the top, baby. Whipping real good. It's not gonna be no whipping, man. No one's getting my toe. I think I showed you my toe last time, man. I think y'all already. It's in one of the episodes, man. You go find the toe. Search for the toe, and if you find the episode, I don't know. We'll send you a hat. The traveling runner says Brian looking for that casting couch. Hell yeah, man. Brian's willing to go at least 6 deep.
No, dude, I'm like 3 max.
All right, 3 will get us in the theater at Madison.
Yeah.
You know,
the little one. Yeah, the little one downstairs.
3 might get us a documentary. You know, with 3. Yeah, man, I think we'll be all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Splash says could just be arthritis in the joint. Thank you, Splash. Right? Everybody always got to like become all WebMD on me and start thinking of the worst shit it could be. Maybe it's gout. You know, you're probably gonna lose your toe. It's probably just fucking old age. You know, I've been fucking with that toe for 53 years. Splash says Brian heard Molly once. He started taking clothes off. You know,
is it like the nail or is it the toe?
It's the fucking joint. It's the toe. It's the and I could be like right now just relaxing and then just starts. It feels like, you know, when you got to crack your knuckle.
Is it? It's gnarling, isn't it? Is it gnarling?
Gnarling?
Yeah, gnarled like it. Like
I wouldn't know. It feels like
say this is your toe, right? And then they just kind of like crunch together.
Oh, you mean like? Well, it does like this.
Yeah,
kind of does
yeah,
that.
You're fine.
It does like that.
You're just,
and it feels like you got to crack it, but it just stays locked there, man. It's
Yeah,
old toe, man.
I think my dad has the same thing because his pinky toe, it's like it looks like it should be straight and it's just like bent.
Oh, well, that's another thing too, man. Yo, my toes are kind of saying fuck it now. Like my toes are starting to lean in toward the other toes, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He's tired of being the champ.
that's just gravity, dude.
My
It's
big toe is leaning. You
it's
know, it's
it's
horrible.
50
I used to have
53.
such cute toes, man. I don't know what happened, man. You know, I don't know what the fuck happened. But those shits right now, man. It's old toe, a joint thing. Wait a minute, man. You gotta go to Themore, man. Themore said only time I went to a strip club was in New York City with my pops. Yeah, man. You know, I think that's the only time my son went was with me, probably too. He didn't really care for it much either. Bro says, can you stand on your toes and keep your balance for a minute? Longer than that, dog. I do a bit where I walk around. That could be it too. Because I do the bit where I, when I say I identify as a llama and I walk on my toes. So maybe I just injured it.
Well, when did you start doing that joke? That would have been what, about a year and a half
Probably a
ago?
year ago. Yeah, man.
And
And I don't even do it anymore.
how long is the
It's when I
toe?
came out with the shirts. How old is the toe? It's probably since then, yeah. Well, the toe itself is 53 years old, but it's probably from doing that bit now that I think about it. I think we just solved the case of the old toe. We might have just solved it just now, man. You know, bro says, can you stand? Yeah, all right. Michelle says, is your toe numb or discolored? No, it still, looks like all the other toes. If it's numb, it could be a pinched nerve in your neck. Nah, my neck seems cool. And I have numbness in my feet due to pinched nerves in my neck. Yeah, I know that shit. All those things go straight through. When I had that fucked up shoulder and back, it was all because of the neck. But yeah, it's more of a bum toe. I just don't like that terminology, Ciro. Okay.
You want to call it an unhoused toe?
No, it's an old toe. That's what it is, man. And listen, Mark, you got those old eyes, okay? Nah, I was
Ooh.
using these. I was using these yesterday to read Mama's thing,
Her
medicine, because I had to get a medicine. She's sick. You notice she ain't even walking
Oh.
around. You see that,
Well,
right?
I saw her in the back. What did the vet say? You got her in?
I gotta go Monday. I'm bringing her in
Oh.
Monday, but I had to go and get her something for now. So I got her this gum thing for like abscess and stuff like that to
Mm,
try to bring a little relief. They say I can
mhm.
give a baby aspirin.
Hmm.
So I don't know, but I got to look it up to see about the weight and shit like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, she hasn't greeted me at the door for like 4 days, man. This is like the fourth day. So I'm feeling it. I'm a little down, but she'll be all right.
Yeah.
She's a
She's
warrior.
tough.
She's
Yeah,
a
she's
warrior.
tough.
She's a
Tough
warrior.
tough cat. Tough cat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear she's not feeling well.
Yeah, so is she. But on another note, did you ever check out that video I sent you last night?
I started watching the first I don't know. I got through the first 15 minutes of it. So I mean, yes and no.
Very interesting though, is
It
it not?
was, dude. Yeah, it was. I really, I barely scratched, but
Yeah, man. I checked out this video. What's the name of it called?
let me
You can
pull it
throw
up.
the link. Yeah, and throw the
Yeah,
link up
yeah, I'll throw the
if
link up
anybody
in
wants to
the
check it out.
description.
But it basically talks about how they basically brainwash and indoctrinate the kids, and
Mhm,
how like the whatchamacallit of education, the Department of Education, how it was formed, who formed it, and for what reasons they actually formed it. And it's crazy
mhm,
because in it they talk about how it was the Persians, right? The Persians went up against Napoleon. Napoleon was supposed to lose that fight, but it wound up that he wound up conquering them. And they went back to figure out what went wrong, like how was that possible. and
mhm,
uh and when they went back to check out how it was possible, they said that the problem was that the Persians were fighting each on their own and for their own reason and for their own cause. So they didn't have the longevity that the Napoleon's army had, because Napoleon's army was fighting under orders. They just
mhm,
did what they were told. And once they realized that, they started trying to figure out a way to make better soldiers. So they started wanting to get them to start to do what they're told at a younger age. And they started, basically what is now the Board of Education. And it wasn't even people that were elected officials. It was, one of them was Rockefeller. The other dude was that dude, I forgot his name, Ash or something like that. I can't remember. But
Ashy.
it's a very interesting thing. Zero, you should check it out. I think you'll fucking find it interesting. I didn't have to curse right there, did I?
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. That was definitely unnecessary. Um, but it's crazy though, because they talk about how, in the beginning they were just trying to, and I always felt that way. Because I always felt like school was, they said, if you look at the way school is, it's just training you to do what you're told. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they start dropping about how you got to raise your hand to stand up. You got to raise, you got to
Asked
raise
to
your
go to
hand
the
to go to the
bathroom.
bathroom. You got to raise your hand to ask a question. You got to raise a, and most of the time they're telling the children to sit there and be quiet and listen. Most of the time you have to sit there and be quiet. If you talk to someone else, you get in trouble. If you act up, you get in trouble. They said they purposely made it look the way it looks so that it kind of resembles the jail system.
Mm-hmm. All concrete blocks.
Yeah. And all that stuff is done for a reason. And then they started adding the mandatory tests and stuff like that, which is all just to make people. And I always felt that way. I always felt they were trying just to make me a fucking worker. They wasn't. And you think about it, they got rid of all the arts in school.
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of all the extracurricular stuff, unless it's something like sports that can make you money.
Mm-hmm.
And they just started. And then what happened was Rockefeller got involved because they already had enough people in their armies and in the military.
Mm-hmm.
He needed workers for the trains and all his shit. So they started changing, what's being taught. And then a couple of other big tycoon businessmen got involved. And, then it became they needed workers. So it started going from military into becoming workers. And then they found the other way to go even further was college. And they started creating the colleges and how to keep control through the loans. It's very fucking interesting, man.
And I believe it was the General Education Board is what he
Yes, the
started, right?
General Education Board. Yep.
Yeah. So,
And it was about equity. It was about making education for everybody, no matter what. It sounds good on paper, but
yeah.
they're real whatchamacallit behind it,
So
their real goal.
it was a private organization which was used to support higher education medical schools in the U.S. to help rural white and black schools in the South, as well as modernize farming practices in the South. Helped eradicate hookworm and created the county agent system in American agriculture. That doesn't sound good. Linking research as a state agricultural experiment stations with actual practices in the field. Oh, I do know about that. But yeah, so these are some of the guys you were talking about. It started with Rockefeller, Ogden, Foster Peabody, Baldwin, Buttrick, Daniel Coit. I mean, these are all names too that like shit's named after all over the place,
Oh yeah, dude. And then it's very clear when you look at what's going on in the colleges now.
Mm-hmm.
The indoctrination that's going in on the colleges now.
Oh, dude, I've always said that, it's the biggest scam in the world. Like, when my parents when my mom went to college in 1980, she paid $3,000 a semester. She worked for the school and paid for herself to go to school. But at that time, the federal government did not back any loans, right? So then what happened, and it's the same thing that happens in the pharmaceutical industry, right? We have this insurance companies that do, that cover costs. So it drives the price up, not down, it drives it up.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. So once the government said, hey, we're going to start giving people loans, schools are like, oh, well, we can raise the price, and then all this money went to opening all these schools all over the place. And bro, you don't need 50 colleges in a state. You need 5, 10 tops. You know what I mean? You don't need this little tiny school here. You don't need this little tiny school here. You don't need this little tiny school here. You need 5 big universities in a state. And that's it.
I don't even know if you got to the part where they said, I forgot what college it was, but it's one of like the most prestigious colleges that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot which one it is. I want to say Yale or whatever, but I don't know which colleges are good. And I can't remember which one they said, but if you watch it, you'll see it. But this one college, they said has enough money in their
endowment. Yeah, the endowment.
In their endowment, they said to pay for every student that goes there for the next 120 years at the cost that they're charging.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they said that they could literally pay for every single student that goes there That's how much money they
Dude,
got
it
in the
was such
endowment.
bullshit. It was such bullshit that they didn't let
You
those
know?
athletes make money. Dude, for years, they're
Oh
making
yeah.
billions of dollars
Well, it was
off these
crazy
kids.
because
Billions, bro.
the loophole was they didn't use their names. You
Yeah.
know, but I used to play and I miss it. I miss the college video game, man. I used to play college basketball video and football
Yeah,
because
both were fun.
it had that college feel to it. Like it really did. They found a way to make it feel like you were playing with younger dudes. They did wilder
Mhm.
moves, but it was like it wasn't their name, but it was the school that the kid played for with his likeness. And
Looked
then you
just
could
like
go
him.
in, look just
Wear his
like him,
number.
has his skill ratings, and then you could go in and change the names.
Mhm.
You could go in and edit the names. So you could literally, if you had the time, go in and at least change the names of your favorite players that you like.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like they were taking complete advantage of them. Complete. But I missed that game, man. I don't understand why they didn't just pay them. Why didn't they just pay them? They get a
Dude,
free education. No, they don't. They get to go to college for free, but they're not very educated when they come out. A lot of them. Now I think it's a little different.
well, it depends on
Now,
what school you go to, really, dude. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
like the dudes who play for Stanford, they're smart. Like all those athletes they have on Stanford, like they don't fuck around there, you
yeah,
know?
but
But like
I
University of
mean,
Miami,
even the dude, bro says, look up Ford Foundation and see how deep that rabbit hole goes. Oh yeah,
uh,
no doubt, no doubt. But yeah, no doubt. I forgot what you were just saying though, because there was something I wanted to say.
well, we were
Shit,
talking about the college players
the cosplay is
not getting paid.
that they don't get paid. Most of them come out dumb. You should not those. Oh, well, even the dude who does this, who did this whatchamacallit thing, um, this video that we put the link up to,
Oh,
he says at the end, when it comes to going to college, it makes sense if you're doing something like becoming a doctor or a lawyer, because in that sense, you need it. You're learning more. There's actually something being taught to you in those years, but all that other shit is bullshit. You don't even need it because,
I mean, bro,
hands on, is the
skills
best
are
way to
skills
learn.
though, dude. I mean, I mean with anything. Like, dude, if I had 5 years where I didn't have to do anything but study medical books, I mean, I bet I could be a pretty good fucking doctor with no instruction whatsoever by just reading, you know?
You think so? You
Yeah,
don't think you
dude.
need another doctor there to kind of help you? I don't know, dude. I don't know if I'd let you work on me first. You know,
Dude, I would get rid of that. I'd
I'd
get rid of that
eventually,
gout for you in a
I would
second, dude.
eventually. Well, yeah, I got rid of it for you because it's not gout. Okay,
See,
and
look,
I
look
would
how good I am
eventually go
already.
to you. I would eventually go to you just like a tattoo artist after I see the work you've done, and it's proven to be nice. Now you can tattoo me.
Well, see, the thing to know
I'm
about me
not
as a
with.
doctor is I'm very loose with the prescription pad.
I look. I'm not saying I wouldn't go to you for as a doctor. I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't let you operate on me.
Well, no,
Like
dude,
we're
I
not
wouldn't
talking
be
about
operating.
surgeon
I
and
would be
shit
a
like that.
pill mill. That's what
Some
we'd be
doctors
doing.
got paid for a while doing that shit. You think there's any
P.
doctors who did that shit and then when everyone started getting busted, they just stopped and they got away with it?
Oh,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
A lot of
dude.
them, right? They didn't catch everybody. Stormy, what's up? Good afternoon to you. It's always good to see our regulars coming back in the house, man. One day we'll all get together, all of us at the same time. One day.
I was thinking about that last night, dude, before I was going to sleep. That we really need to do a live show. We should do
Well, I
one.
was also talking online because it's very rare that all of them are here at the same time. But I would be down to meet people, man. I don't give a
No,
fuck.
no, I'm saying we should do the show in front of our audience.
I would love to.
Do you think people would stay for 3 hours?
Of course. Why wouldn't they?
Dude, we could have
Especially
like,
if you lock the door and take their phones.
yeah,
And you tell them we're recording, so now they can't leave.
right.
Because that's how that goes. Once you go in there, you're recording.
Mm-hmm. I think it'd be great. Let me get a big projector on the back on like the screen, so when it pulls stuff up, we can pull it up. Everyone can see it.
We get some dancing midgets,
Yes,
you know,
strippers.
some dancing stripper midgets, you know.
Nice.
That'd be dope.
We'll have little poles.
We'll make them come out every now and then.
Little lingerie.
We'll make them come out every now and then. Like when you do the sound effects, they'll come out and they'll do the sound effects live. You know, like we'll get some like little midget dude to come out and be like, gay, and then walk off the stage. You know, we'll have different people for different sound effects.
I'm
You
with it.
know, we'll have one person come out, wah wah. You know, we'll get like a downy or something. That'd be dope. Be like, wah wah.
Did you just call him a downy?
Oh, come on, man. I got away with it already on the last episode. It's not a word, it's a term of endearment from me. I'm being honest, you know. And I know it's a term of endearment because I made it up. Okay. I probably didn't, but I didn't hear no one else say it to me before I came up with it.
It's because no one's ever going to say it
Dude,
publicly.
what's not positive about that word, man? You know, because the first thing I think of is downy, like liquid softener, and it softens the material. It makes it smell good.
Is
It's a
Downy
very
the one with the
positive
bear?
word.
What's the one with the bear?
Um,
that Downy?
Snuggles.
Snuggles?
Isn't it Snuggles the bear? It's Snuggles the bear.
Snuggles the bear.
It's
But
not
is it
Downy. Downy got the chick, the baby. It's got the baby with like the nice, warm looking. Yeah, everything about is positive. The color, baby blue, pink. It's inclusive. You know,
and it's made by Unilever.
there you go. Michelle says, yes, if you are coming in December, Brian, do a live show. I'm first on the list. Oh, I don't doubt that at all.
Front and center.
I don't doubt that at all. Michelle, show up. You know, I don't think there's anybody who's come to see me more than Michelle. You and the kid in the wheelchair. I can't remember his name. You know his name, Michelle? The one in the wheelchair that always comes? He comes all the time. He lets me snap on him and everything, man. He's great.
Really? Let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he was always that way or if he had an accident or something. I don't know. You know, I've tried to have conversation. It doesn't really go places. But big up to him. He always shows up, man. That's my dog. You know, he is. That's my dog. You know, he knows.
Does he have the fingerless gloves to roll, or is it a motorized wheelchair?
No, it's motorized with yeah, I think it's Aaron, right? Yeah, it's motorized with the wiggle assistant type thing. Yeah,
the joystick.
Yeah. But he's good people, man. But I think you probably come more than him. I would think so. I mean, he has to get around. You know, I'm sure there was times, you know, it wasn't charged. He couldn't make the show.
The battery was dead.
Yeah, shit like that. He goes to the, you know, she just gets up and goes. You know. Hey, Mom, I'm working right now. I'll call you right back. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mom Dukes.
Yeah, you always got to answer the call.
Yeah, I do, man. And yeah, she always gives me stress. And I'm like, Mom, I'm the only one who picks up the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the only one who picks up the phone for you. Everybody acts like they're all doing something. And yet you stress me out.
This is Gary trying to figure out how to type a text message.
It's funny because I don't know, whatever, man. I don't want to get into it. You know, I'm feeling better than I felt last week. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I mean, last episode, I apologize, man. I was a little down. I was not down like on a spiritual level. I was just kind of like
down on a syndrome level.
Well, it could have been I took Molly like the night before, so I was a little depleted in my serotonin, you know. But I feel like I'm back. I'm gauged and engaged and ready to go. You know, ready to rock and roll.
Gauged.
You know who I haven't seen yet? My daughter.
Oh, Jasmine, ¿dónde estás? She working?
My daughter? She works from home.
Does she?
Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe she's doing something. Oh, that's right. She had to do shit with her husband. Her husband, oh man, big up to Kyle. He sprained his ankle, man. He's gonna be in a little cast. Gato Gordo, what up, baby? Serotonin depletion. Gay! Do homosexuals deplete more serotonin?
I don't know, dude. We're gonna have to ask one. Do we have any in the chat?
doesn't doesn't most drugs hit the serotonin?
A
Like,
lot of them.
does weed hit the serotonin? You know,
Yeah, it's got to, right?
weed, coke, fucking mushrooms, all the
Yeah,
hallucinogens.
those definitely do.
What about like the downers?
THC may activate serotonin receptors and inhibit serotonin reuptake. Huh. Do all
Mhm.
drugs affect serotonin? Yeah, a lot of them. A lot of them do.
Mm.
SSRIs, yeah.
I'm surprised I got any left.
What, serotonin?
Yeah, I mean, I never really give myself a chance to, you know, I never give myself a chance to like get more. I
To
don't really
re-up?
think about it. Yeah, like I don't know. God, I love you too, my dog. I love you too, man. Molly episode coming up. It's really not a lot to tell, man. It was really mellow. A lot of just rubbing my nipples on my bed and watching movies and shit. I actually watched Kentucky Fried Movie. That's a funny ass movie, man. It's old, but it's funny as fuck. You know. And I forgot what else I was watching. I don't really remember, man, to be honest. But it was a decent role for a little while. You know. I feel like 4 hours is too quick. It goes by like, you know.
You need 8.
It'd be nice if it was 8, man. You know.
It's hard to find that though. And some good Molly, you know, 8 hours is a lot.
Urban stuntmen. What's urban stuntmen?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it means in context, but it's definitely
But it
us.
sounds good, right? Yeah,
Definitely us. You, us.
Oh man, yo. And I gotta be honest, yesterday's show wasn't much better. I've been eating some dicks lately. Gay.
Is it new material or what?
I don't know. Maybe it's the attitude. Maybe I've just been unlikable.
Your attitude, you mean?
Yeah. Maybe it's Kentucky Fried Movie. That shit is the shit, right? Oh yeah, Urban Stuntmen. That's right. Now I remember. The guy on the tracks. Yeah, I remember that shit. That shit is crazy, yo.
From
That fucking movie.
77, huh?
Yeah, so you know it's crazy. A lot of tits. You know. Back in the day, that was the shit. You saw tits on the motherfucking
movie.
On a movie, boy, you would bug out. That automatically made it a good movie. Or just seasonal. It was seasonal shit that I do. I'm doing my seasonal shit right now. You know, which always bangs. It always bangs. So I'm guessing that it was probably you know, probably me. Yeah, it was probably me. What? You know, I hope to be one of those comedians, dude, that when people say they saw me, the people who could say they saw me bomb are the ones who like saw something really special. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like if I catch Dave Chappelle and he has a shitty night.
It's memorable.
That's more, yeah, because he's gonna kill it. You know what I'm saying? 99% of the time, he's gonna crush it. You know, so to catch something really different is to catch him not do so well. You know, and hopefully I could become that kind of dude that you know, the numbers are like, yo, he sucked, and he sucked, really. You know,
I don't think anybody's gonna have a problem believing that.
I mean, yeah. You're right. No, you're right. Thank you. Thank you for setting me straight. No, you're right. It's already like a 50-50 thing, so it ain't that special, right? You. Okay. Memorable moments. I knew him when he was gay.
Oh, dude. Watching you bomb is hysterical though in its own. It's so funny, dude. It's great.
I think there's no one better at it than Adam.
Oh, dude.
But the difference between me and Adam is Adam will take a bombing experience and make it like so funny. Can you really say he bombed? Me, there's no doubt that I bombed. Even though it's great for like the people who know me close, you know, and they love to see that shit. For the
This is
people,
amazing.
it's just a straight up bomb. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no redemption in it. You know what I'm saying? Michelle says, I don't always blame a comedian for a bad night. The crowd sometimes suck. Like 2 weeks ago, the ladies in the front who were celebrating a birthday was loud, disruptive, and obnoxious. Yeah. But then we also work in an industry where, you know, they want people to drink.
Right.
You know, most places make you buy 2 drinks. So they want people drunk. You know, they don't care about us until you're able to, like, you know, fill up a place on
Fill the
your
room.
own.
Yeah. Fill the room. Yeah.
Until then, they don't care about you. It doesn't even matter if, you know, if it, you know, because even if you're filling up the room in a comedy club, it's only so big. They're only going to get the money's in their drinks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, until you're filling up theaters and stuff like that, you know, then most of those people are probably coming in straight. That's why when I did that rehab show, it was kind of fucking, it was, man, I keep saying fuck a lot for no reason. Maybe that's it too. I think I said fuck a lot in all those, the last 2 shows, you know, you know, yeah, until you sell more tickets, they sell drinks. Exactly. Until you start getting in places where the tickets, they're making money straight off the tickets, and then you got t-shirt boots and shit like that. You know, then the drinking. Other than that, you know, they want people to drink 2 drink minimum. Don't come in here unless you're gonna buy 2 drinks.
Yeah, I see a lot of clubs now are doing 2 item minimums. Like all the clubs that I've been to out
if
here.
they serve food, they'll do 2 items. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is kind of nice, dude. You know, I mean, drinking, it's not as popular. I mean, sure, yeah, obviously it's alcohol, but you know, there's a lot more younger people who don't drink like the older generations, you know?
Yeah. You know,
gay.
Drinking now is gay. Anheuser-Busch, dog. They started that whole thing, man. They made it very unpopular. What the hell's going on over here, dude? You're like freezing in slow motion, man. How many windows you got open?
None.
Oh, because you were just like freezing.
Yeah.
Maybe you weren't, but on my side you were. Could have been me.
Yeah, no, it's definitely me.
What happened?
I'm just on this, you know, this Airbnb Wi-Fi. Yeah, I just turn my cell phone Wi-Fi off.
You know. So Gato says that and the liver failure. Yeah, liver failure would do it, but it never stopped anybody before. The liver's, you know, yeah, and weed's legal now.
Yeah.
What were you saying? Anheuser-Busch isn't
yes,
my
it's hysterical.
That's not I didn't come up with it actually. Michael knows, as far as I know, is the one who came up with it. But I like
it's
it,
great.
and it's actually
whatever
fitting.
happened to him, Dylan. I haven't seen Dylan Mulvaney in a while, right? Wasn't that his name?
Yeah, Dylan Mulvaney. You know, I guess he's been a woman long enough, so now he's just obscure. Nobody wants to hear what he gotta say. Welcome to womanhood, Dylan. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Dude, the revenue dropped 13%. Surprised it's that low.
Yeah, man.
I figured it would have been way higher. Holy shit. Yeah, they got crushed by that shit, dog.
Well, I mean, they got a whole other couple of beers that are keeping them afloat that people just don't know. It's, you know, they're losing all that just on the whatever that shit is, polite.
Dude, 13 and 17%. I mean, I never drank
that shit anyway, man. To be honest, you know.
And what a shitty commercial anyway. She was like in a hotel room.
Well, no, it was just a TikTok that it wasn't a commercial. It was a TikTok that he had released, you know, to his followers. You know. Damn, I just messed up.
What?
Because I misgendered him. I didn't mean to. It was just a natural. Sorry. I'm not really sorry. Remember that on what was that? Cheech and Chong, what movie's that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry. That was the Pee Wee Herman's character, Pee Wee Herman dude.
Paul Rubens.
Yeah. Damn it, my phone froze. I don't know if you responded. Don't feel bad, neither do I. Gato says, but 13% for them is millions or billions. Yeah, it did. It cost them a lot of money, but they own enough beer in the market to cover that. Exactly. I mean, it was a loss no matter what.
Right.
I'm not sorry I took your money. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, that's a hit. No matter how you look at it, it's a fucking hit. Did you hear about that dude? I think he was a governor or a mayor that it came out that he was cross dressing and like putting up shit, and when it got out, he committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, right? It's fucked up.
Mm.
Come on, like here's the thing, why? Because he definitely would have had people who took his back. It's not like it used to be back in the days, maybe in the 70s. I could understand you being like, oh my God, this is a scandal that I'll never get over. But in today's day and age, is it really anything that anyone's like, oh my God, about? Everyone's so desensitized. He could have probably got reelected. An Alabama mayor ended his life after a website showed pictures of him cross-dressing.
Bubba Copeland wore many hats in the small city of Smith Station in East Alabama. He was a mayor, pastor, and the owner of he was a mayor, a pastor, and an owner of a local grocery store. But in the days before he took his life, the 49-year-old was revealed to have another identity, this time of a man who liked to dress up as a woman and write erotic fiction. On Wednesday, 1819 News, a website previously owned by the conservative Alabama Policy Institute, wrote that Copeland used a string of social media accounts under a pseudonym. The outlet included several photos of Copeland in women's clothing and makeup, and the site said were posted under the accounts. 2 days later, Copeland killed himself. Bro, that's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, it is, man.
Especially because it's like...
Well, I mean, he was a pastor and all that. I can understand. Look, it's a scandal. And I also heard that some of the stuff he wrote was scandalous. I heard he wrote like, things of killing women and stuff like that. It was all like fucking, what do they call that? Fiction. But the fiction, it was a little whatever. It was a little weird, especially if you're a pastor and you're having fictional stories about killing women in crazy like sexual ways and stuff like that. From what I hear, I can't say for sure, but from what I hear, that's what it was. And but I still feel like even with all of that, you're a mayor in Alabama. Who the fuck knows really who you are? You could have just
moved. It's the town, dude.
Yeah, you could have moved. Sure, you might have to relocate, but even still, it's like, as far as the media and all that goes, you would have had people defending his right to do everything he was doing. You know what I'm saying? The left would have came to his defense. He didn't have to do that. I feel bad that he did, man. I think that's horrible when anybody does something like that, man. Even if you're in Canada where it's, promoted.
And then it's like, dude, the people who released it, it was like a political move. So it's like you wanted the mayor's office in some shit town in Alabama. So you fucking out this guy and he offs himself. Like,
yeah, no, it's horrible that he did it.
Yeah.
It's horrible that he did it. Gato Gordo says, shame has happened so many times during our lives. Come on, man. No way he gets reelected in this climate, no matter how accepting you think it is. I mean, look at Bud Light situation. Oh, no. He might not have gotten reelected. I mean,
not in Alabama.
Not. I mean, what's his name got reelected for smoking crack in Washington, but then again, that's Washington.
Yeah.
It's a little more acceptable. Yeah, he probably wouldn't have. His career probably could have been over, but whatever. He could have moved somewhere else and sold cars or something. I mean, listen, man, you got to people got to learn to deal with consequences, man. And was there any tolerance or understanding shown there? I don't know. Like I said, they said it was 2 days later, so he really didn't give it a chance. But I mean, listen, he should be ashamed. Don't get me wrong. He should be ashamed. You're a pastor, you're a mayor, you know, and you're writing the shit you're writing and putting up section. Look, you want to be a freak, you're a pastor and a mayor, keep that shit behind
Mm-hmm.
closed doors with people who you know will keep those mouths shut, because there's always a chance it gets out. And if that gets out, you should be ashamed. You're a pastor. You shouldn't be giving into every single sexual desire that you have. Even if I do, I'm not a pastor. I'm not trying to lead nobody in any way, but
Mm-hmm.
you're a pastor. Self-control is part of being a godly man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be out there giving into everything. But if you are, then bring that shit behind closed doors. Don't post your shit online and then get mad when someone fucking finds it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you, an idiot? You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't even matter. He could have been doing complete heterosexual sex. It could have showed him just with his dick out, you know, with chicks. It could have been totally heterosexual. And he should still be ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying before anyone with the LGBs tries to come at me like, oh, you mean because he's gay? No, he shouldn't be ashamed because he's gay. But if he's gay, he also shouldn't be a pastor. That's not what I say. That's what the scripture says. But regardless, I have no dog in the fight. I don't care. I don't go to church, so I don't care. I don't have no dog in that fight. But the reality is he should be ashamed because you're held up to a higher standard. And it's that simple. You know what I'm saying? You're held up to a higher standard. So he should be ashamed, but not so ashamed that he takes his life. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, I mean, he probably had kids, probably had a wife, you know, all that.
But and here's the thing. Here's how I know that when it comes to him being a pastor, you got to question it all. Because if you're truly a pastor and believe what you're kicking, regardless if you can't live up to the standard that you're kicking, you should still know that there's forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? You should still know that there's redemption. You should still know that there's a price that was already paid for that horrible thing you was doing. And if you know that, then it's all about building back up again. You know, I'm sorry. I don't give a lot of leeway to fucking, you know, to like softness and excuses and whatever. I understand tough life, man. I do. I understand it. And we go through what we go through to become tougher. You know what I'm saying? And people go through much worse than I've gone through, you know, and even in those situations, some people make it through. The ones who say, you know, I'm not going to let it break me. You know, Gato says political figures should be role models and not be caught out there. I don't think they should be role models, but I do think they should at least display a certain level of dignity, decor, and a certain way of what we should strive for. Now, if they should get busted behind closed doors, not living up to those standards, which a lot of them would, then yes, there should be some shame to that. There should be some shame to that. You know what I'm saying? There should be some shame. That's how you set standards of society. You know, by the shame. Now, should it be shame to the point where you got to wear a scarlet letter and everyone's hitting you with eggs and potatoes, you know,
dollar bills
and saying shame, shame? No, I don't think it should be like that.
Shame.
You know, I feel like a lot of people know when they do wrong in a certain way. They know. So that's, you know, there's a lot to that. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think he should have killed himself. But who am I to say, you know, to his family, my condolences. That's all I can say.
Yeah, same. Did you see that Steven Crowder leaked that the manifesto from Audrey Hale, the Christian?
3 pages of it.
Right.
3 pages of it. And you know, it's hard to like make an assessment now. I watched Candace Owens yesterday. She does, well, all of them been doing some things, and she released some stuff that she got through someone who she said is trusted. And supposedly, you know, she was one of those people that she's cursing at and claiming, you know, how she's saying white crackers, this and that with their fancy stuff. Supposedly she was like that. That's how she was raised, you know, by people with money and getting driven to school and all that stuff. So and also supposedly she was molested. You know, that's what came out on the Candid show.
Of course. I mean, that
she was molested.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
We're all shocked. Like, yeah, no shit. I mean, somebody's gonna shoot up a school, dude. There's definitely been something bad happened.
Yeah, yeah, no
Like shit,
doubt,
like something
no
real
doubt.
bad happened to
So
them.
so it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Well, first of all, Candace and everybody else who's actually been talking about it, you got to remember the person was nuts. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's the clinical term, but obviously you're not dealing with a sane mind who's going to go out
Correct.
and do
Shoot a
that.
bunch of
That's not a
kids, yeah.
person that. So all
Mhm.
the ramblings, regardless of what they are, should be taken with the hindsight that, is that the right way to say it? Or at least with the knowledge. That's what I mean. With the knowledge that it's coming from a person
Who's
who
cuckoo.
wasn't all there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They weren't all
It's a
there.
manifesto, not a diary.
You know what I'm saying? It's like obviously the rambling is very dark. You know what I'm saying? This shit is
When
very
does it go
dark.
from being a diary to a manifesto? What's the switch?
All right. Good question. I mean, can you pull up the pages since you brought it up? We might as well, in case there's people that don't know, which I
Mhm.
don't know how there would be anyone that doesn't know at this particular moment, but there might be. I mean, listen, if you're not watching a lot of shit, that's good. So the
Yeah.
truth is, if you haven't heard, that's probably good because that means you're not out there
Mm.
watching a lot of shit, you know. But big up to Steven Crowder for even getting any of that information because they're keeping that information from the public,
Yeah, which was
and
kind of weird,
which
right?
is ridiculous. We deserve to know, you know. So one of the pages, you want to read that? It says, "Kill those kids." Underline, of course, those crackers.
Maybe you shouldn't read every word that's on
No, I'm
the
not
page, my
going to
friend.
private fancy schools with those fancy khakis
Khakis.
and sports backpacks. Now you got
Mhm.
to zoom it in. You just made it smaller.
With their
uh,
daddy's Mustangs.
with the
And
daddy's Mustangs,
also, I might want to add the
convertibles,
spelling is atrocious.
convertibles. Fuck you,
The
little
spelling is
shits.
absolutely atrocious.
I wish to shoot you,
You
your
weak
weak
ass
ass.
dicks with your mop yellow hair. Wanna K all you little caracas. Bunch of little
Nah, don't say that, man. But your white privilege. Thank you.
FUF.
Explicitory. You can read it yourself or whatever.
Yeah.
But supposedly, I think Shosha might have went to that school.
She did.
Yeah,
She
there
did.
you
She
go.
did go to
So,
that school.
so there's a lot of things that Listen, man. What I don't understand is I wouldn't want anybody to fit my narrative. No matter what my narrative is, I wouldn't want a psycho to fit it. You
Mhm.
know, and I think that's what the whole thing is that they're trying to get it to fit some sort of narrative, and it's like just put it out. It is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Forget about whether it's good for the left or good for the right,
Mhm.
or good for the goose or good for the gander. Just put the fucking shit out and let people see what the fuck happened. What was going through that mixed up mind, which it was obviously that she was mixed up,
Mhm.
you know. Do I honestly care who she voted for? You know what I'm saying? Do you think any of the parents care who she voted for? You know, we got some comments, man. Gato says used to be the president was a role model, something we could aspire to be. You know what's funny is you're not alone. A lot of people feel that way for some reason. And for
You know
me,
why? Because of the indoctrination in the school system, dog. That's why you thought the
yeah,
president was a good fucking dude. They're not. None of them have ever been good dudes. None of them.
yeah. I
Zero,
mean,
zero, 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 zero,
listen.
zero, zero, zero,
Some
zero, zero.
some might have been more moral as you can be in that position. The position alone is going to require a lot of dirty deeds done
Oh,
dirt cheap. Okay. But what I'm saying is that when I was growing up, like I didn't start hearing that the president's a role model till Trump, and people were saying he was a bad role model. And I was like, well, since when were presidents role models? I never even cared or listened to what a president had to say when I was growing up or in my teens or when I was hustling. You know, I can't even remember when I started caring. I would have to say Obama and Clinton. Clinton had me like every now and then, but I would be like, I don't understand what he's saying. It sounds like it's a lot of slickness. And then Obama came and I kind of thought I understood what he was saying, you know, only to realize he was slicker than them all,
Yeah.
you know. But
Drone
then I
strike,
started
drone
listening.
strike, kids in cages, drone
Yeah.
strike, drone strike, drone strike, lock kids up.
Wall.
Wow.
Yeah, he started building that wall.
Wow. Gay.
But yeah, but I never saw them as role models, man. I mean, let's keep it real. We know who role models were. You know, growing up, we know who role models were. They were the popular people in our hood. I heard a country song that said the other day that my neighborhood has a bunch of famous people that you don't know. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense because there's those people that everybody knows that are famous in your neighborhood. And those people, sometimes you aspire to be like those people because they were the famous people in your neighborhood. Then you got sports figures, actors, politicians weren't fucking people that we aspired to be to growing up or even looked at as a moral compass. And for me,
JFK.
for me especially, well, JFK maybe, but he didn't really have a chance to be a moral compass. He was just a really liked president.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
And
Like
the
even
Irish.
Reagan. I
Yeah,
mean,
the
he
Irish.
probably was in the sense of people who dealt with politics, but I mean, on a regular day to day, I wasn't turning on the TV to think what how the president lived or what he, you know what I'm saying? Like
Biden.
so
So
the things that we have as role models, you know, I don't think any of them were politicians in any way, especially because I would watch movies and you would see in your face presidents being scumbags and politicians being scumbags. And I knew that that wasn't true, but that was true. What happens there is true. This incident isn't true, but that's what goes on in politics. The same thing when you watch Law and Order and you see them haggling fucking deals for a murderer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you watch Injustice for All, the great Al Pacino, one of his best movies ever made, you see the haggling, you know? What can you get for me? I got a judge who likes to rape little women.
Is that
what can I get for that?
What was the name of that movie?
Injustice for All.
Is that what's when he's like the devil?
Oh, that one I didn't like. I didn't like that movie. I didn't like it. That was with him and what's his name?
The Devil's Advocate.
Devil's Advocate. Yeah, I didn't care for that movie. Keanu Reeves. I didn't care for that movie. I didn't like it. It was just too I guess connected. You know, you start to see things where you're like, yeah, this is
Satan-y.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is the devil. You know, listen, man, you know, I have no sympathy for the devil, regardless of what the Rolling Stones have. I like the song, you know, but I have no sympathy. So I don't, you know, all those things like that show Lucifer where they make him kind of like a nice guy. Come on, man. Come on. You know, isn't it funny how like when you see shows about Lucifer, he's a nice guy, and when they show Jesus, he's either like freaking obnoxious or gay.
Yeah, dude. Like in Family Guy.
Or stoner.
Family Guy, yeah.
You know,
they always make him like a stoner.
Yeah, stoner or gay. Now, wouldn't that have been cooler if like a little midget ran out with a microphone and just did that and then ran back off? See, it's all about the show.
Yeah.
You know,
got to do it for the show.
Maybe he has some puppies, like some puppies who do tricks.
Okay.
You know, for like the very beginning, maybe the opening, you know. Some pyro shit.
Pyrotechnics.
Yeah, why not? Right?
Yeah. I think so. We could have ring girls too. After every hour, they just
after every hour,
1 hour.
Ring girl. When you hit the hour, have a ring girl come by. See, now you're thinking, man. Now listen, now we're starting to put together a show, baby.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like we need lights, sound,
midgets, ring girls,
fog machines.
I'm gonna say ixnay on the fog's nay because I used to do fog machines with SSL, and that shit hovers and doesn't go away and gets all in the lungs. And yeah. Plus the
We should definitely
explosions.
smoke cigarettes on stage, though. Wherever it is, we have to be able to
Oh,
smoke
I gotta be able
cigarettes.
to smoke a cigarette and a blunt on stage for sure. For sure,
Yeah.
I have to be
Okay.
able to.
So we got to keep that in mind.
Mhm.
Whatever
Mhm.
venue we're at, we got to be able to
We
smoke.
got to be willing to get thrown out of it and never come back again.
Does this seem like too difficult of a task for me?
No,
and you,
no.
bro?
I mean, I've done it many times.
I will continue to do it many more times. Oh man. Oh gee. Man, I'm so excited to be coming to the East Coast, man. I'm excited to see you. I'm excited to be doing
The
a bunch of
whole East Coast is
podcasts.
excited for you, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Michelle says, "Okay, you twisted my arm. I will be the midget for that night."
Yeah. Yeah. Yo,
Yo,
can you take the reins for a second?
why?
Just do it.
Why? We just left it on you. This guy's like, take the range, and then he leaves it on him. Fucking guy, man. Listen, guys, if you want to check out what I'm doing, go to acjokes.com. Check out the schedule and shit. I'm there every Tuesday through Sunday. So feel free to go check it out. If you haven't checked out my special yet, man, go to YouTube and check out You Did Not See Me Here Tonight. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I don't like it anymore. But check it out. I can use the views, and who knows, maybe you like it. I don't anymore. And just so you know, I never really wanted to do it, but it's out there, it's done. And since it's out there, why not give me some views? So go check out the special if you haven't already. You Did Not See Me Here Tonight. My daughter Jasmine finally showed up. What's up, mama? How are you? Glad you're here. Also, every Monday night you can catch me in New York City, over at the Grizzly Pear doing the Not Quite Tuesday show. It's a Monday midnight show with my boy Adam Gable. So if you're in New York and you're a degenerate or don't have a job or off the next day, come check me out over at the Grizzly Pear every Monday. I also got some shows coming up. I got some cool shows coming up. I'm gonna be at Scotty's Comedy Cove with my brother Buddha. That's coming up. That is hold on. Where's the Buddha one? There you go. That's coming up November 24th and 25th at the Comedy Cove with me and my brother Buddha. Get your tickets now. That's gonna be dope. And also, I got coming up over in over in Philly. Yeah, over in Philly. I'm gonna be there with the great Eleanor Kerrigan.
Hello.
And Mike Merck, and that's gonna be November 28th. I got some things popping in November.
I need to talk to you.
Go check that out. That's gonna be a dope show. And that's
you
over.
Do not
go to my page.
I repeat, you do not talk to Eleanor without my permission.
Why? Why is that?
Huh? Because I just don't want you,
Why would that be?
Messing with my mojo. I would like to come to that show, actually, if I'm invited.
Of course you're invited. Why wouldn't you be invited?
I don't know.
Is this something I should know?
No. Nothing you should know.
I'll be with the great Eleanor Kerrigan and the OK Mike Merck. Big up to Mike for putting the gig together, actually. Go to my page to check it out. And if you don't follow me already, follow me at Gary G. Garcia and follow Brian at Brian T. Licata. And listen, man, the holidays are upon us, yo. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. And you know what? The minute you're done eating, it's Christmas season. Now you got to sit there like, what do I get that special someone I love? Well, I'll tell you what you do, man. You let your little fingers do the walking. Where are you going to walk to? You let them walk to XXXplayground.com and cop yourself the XXX Playground board game. What is that, you might ask? I'm glad you asked. It's the best communication tool ever created. It's a little naughty, a little haughty, and very dirty. Roll the dice, get fist deep into someone you love. Up to 8 players, which means you could also dabble some fingers in someone you just might like. Don't feel guilty because you could blame it all on the dice, and now you get 10% off at triple 10 to get 10% off, man. Go check them out, XXXplayground.com. What a fucking read. What a read. With no read, with nothing to read. But wasn't that a good fucking, right? Didn't I do that one good? Pew, 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 pew. All right, man. We got it. Brian, hold it down for a second.
I got you. Wow, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. He left me alone on the show. You know, I think could this actually be Gary's first pee break ever in the history of the show? I think he may have done this once, possibly twice. Yeah, so I'm gonna be coming home, driving back on right before Thanksgiving to do a show. I mean, I'm not on the show, but Eleanor is doing a show with Dom and Rinaldi and Chris Kosha. Who else is on that? Jimmy Schubert. That is going to be at Soul Joel's the night before Thanksgiving, Pottstown, PA. It's Dom Herrera and friends. I'll be there filming, and then probably be hanging out with G most of the week after that. But I'll be in Jersey till Christmas, and then we're trying to do some sort of live show or something. So I'm gonna get. Was this your first pee break?
Yeah.
Ever.
And listen, man.
Ever, right?
I want to say something because everyone's on Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan took a pee break during his show, and now everyone's getting on him. The dude's 56. He had to fucking pee. Okay. And here's the thing. I was very aware about that. Everyone's getting on him. You heard about that? That Joe Rogan took a pee break during the conversation. He had no choice. He had to. If he had to go, if he left, he had to go. Right?
Yeah, he's done that before, dude.
Everyone's getting on him. Why? He had to use the bathroom. Okay. Now I just now have an empty glass here, and I was gonna just take the piss as we spoke, so I could be like, "This is how you do it, Joe." But I said, "Fuck that! I don't want to pee in my glass."
Yeah, dude, what kind of savage pees in a glass that he drinks out of in his own home? It's disgusting, dude. You're an animal. You're a fucking animal.
Well, I didn't do it, but I thought about it.
Yeah, but you gave it that much thought?
Well, it was quick. It was a quick thought.
Did you say hi to Jasmine? Jasmine joined the room.
Yeah, I saw she's here,
okay.
man.
Jasmine, good morning. We missed you earlier in the show. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I mean, dude, if you do a long form show like this, you gotta go.
I'm usually pretty good with that.
You are. You're much better than me.
I did drink this whole coffee, and I already went through a glass of water. So, it's eventually going to happen.
Yep.
You know what the worst is, man? Being on a train. For women, it must suck having to pee, man. That's one thing I do not, I don't envy that. But for dudes like Matt, when you're on a fucking train, you're going through tunnels, man, and you got to pee, man, that is some harsh. I remember when all I did was take trains, man, all those nights at like 4 a.m. Ooh, man. King Handles, what's up, baby? Sitting in the shadows. Did we know he was here? I don't think.
No, we haven't seen him yet. No, we have not.
What's up, King Handles? Welcome, my brother. Yeah, man. So I don't know. What else did I want to tell you? I've been looking at a lot of stuff with well, I'm glad you made it, man. We're glad you're here. You made it just in time to talk about Virus X. I've been doing some research on Virus X, looking at there's not a lot of it on YouTube, but I've been going in on it, checking it out, and I found it very crazy because
Disease X.
If you haven't heard, have an intermission like the Godfather movies when they were on VHS. Wasn't that dope, yo? Yeah, that was dope. Even in the movies, they did the intermission. You know, we used to do intermissions during our shows. Remember that? We always did an intermission before the headliner came up. I hated that.
I don't think it's good to do right before the headliner comes up.
I hated it. I
Yeah,
hated it.
I do like an intermission, like in a play. It's nice.
You go to a lot of plays.
Yeah, if I'm in New York and I'm cross-dressing, then yeah, dude, I like to go to a show.
Teaching a class.
Yeah, yeah, but it's a different kind of play, if you know what I'm saying.
This has been another rated gay moment for Brian over there.
Dude, did you hold on? Did you know that the disease X was actually coined in 2018?
It was coined in 2018. Those are the things I was going to say.
Disease X is a placeholder name that was adopted by the WHO. Now, just YouTube if you're listening. The rest of this information is directly from the World Health Organization. We're not making any statements or medical decisions for you. We're just
reading what the fuck you got written there. WHO
adopted by the in February 2018 on their short list of blueprint priority diseases. What the fuck does that mean, dude?
Well, what's great is what it means is they don't have any idea what it is, but it's already got a name. So it's whatever it is that becomes big, then that's what it is. You understand? But what's crazy?
I don't understand because it doesn't make any sense. But let me finish
reading. What I mean.
So, Disease X is a placeholder name on the WHO's short list of blueprint priority diseases to represent a hypothetical unknown pathogen that could cause a future pandemic. The WHO adopted the placeholder name to ensure that their planning was sufficiently flexible to adapt to an unknown pathogen, e.g. broader vaccines and manufacturing facilities. Director of the US NIAID, one other Dr. Anthony Tony Fauci, stated that the concept of Disease X would encourage WHO projects to focus their research on an entire class of viruses, the flaviviruses, instead of just individual strains like the Zika, thus improving WHO's capability to respond to unforeseen strains. In 2020, experts crossbred one of the most potent strains of Blue Dream and Cove-2.
It sounds like weed.
No. It says in 2020, experts, including some of the WHO's expert advisors, speculated that COVID-19 caused by SARS-CoV-2 virus strain met the requirements to be the first Disease X.
But here's the thing, and this information that I'm going to share, I got off of YouTube. So if you're going to go after anybody, go after them. I'm not claiming it to be true or not. This is just what I got off the videos that I checked on YouTube, is that they're already developing a vaccine for it.
Now, is it so from my understanding, right? Hold on. Let me break down what I thought that article said. From their point of view, they have a name, Disease X, right? So what they can start to do is build the infrastructure around this Disease X, right? So if something does end up happening, instead of scrambling from the beginning, they'll be like, okay, we have this plan in place for a Disease X, which is X is the variable, right? For the next one. So when it does come, we'll have all this stuff in place to start. That's what they're saying.
They're also saying that it's going to be 20 times worse with 20 times more deaths. So for something they don't know, they do know some things. And they're already like creating a vaccination, which to me is like, where do you start with that if you have no idea what it is? Okay, that's one. And then the lady says that they're trying to get it so that they can create vaccinations within 100 days. They want to be able to create vaccinations within 100 days. And once again, I got this information, just put in Disease X, and you will see the same thing I said. There's not a lot of videos on them. There's a good handful, but there's a bunch. Not a lot, but there's a bunch. And they're saying that in 100 days, they want to have a vaccination. Then she goes on to say that's 1/3 the time that it would normally take to make sure vaccination is safe.
I wanna just scroll down
That's
on this. I want to
insane.
hold on. You got to scroll down
And then
on
she
this.
goes on to say that that's what they did with the V's for the C. You
Of
know,
course.
and I'm like, yeah, but that didn't work. Whatever, man.
Yeah, it did. It worked, bro. Are you fucking kidding? It
worked to
worked
do
like
what
a
they wanted.
charm, dude.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
worked perfectly.
Even her wording on it, because she was like, with that one, we were still only able to get it into 30% of people's arms. I didn't like the way she said that. That was pretty
Dude,
fucking
look at this
crazy.
too. So you scroll down on this article, and it says at the 2018 announcement of the updated shortlist of blueprint priority diseases, the media speculated that a future disease X could be created intentionally as a biological weapon. In 2018, WHO R&D, which is Research and Development Blueprint Special Advisor Group member Rottingen, was questioned about the potential of disease X to come from the ability of gene editing technology to produce synthetic viruses, e.g. the 2017 synthesis of orthopoxvirus in Canada was cited, which could be released through an accident or even an act of terror. Rottingen said it was unlikely that a future disease X would originate from a synthetic virus or bioweapon. However, he noted the seriousness of such events, saying synthetic biology allows for the creation of a deadly new viruses. It is also the case, hold on, it is also the case that where you have new diseases, there is no resonance in the population, and that means it can spread fast. So he basically saying is it's unlikely, but it's extremely possible.
Those are two things. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to pretend at all to know any of this shit, man. I just know when something doesn't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's
like
what
that,
I'm saying.
Like that bum toe of yours. Just
Like
does not feel
toe.
right at the end of the line.
Like my old toe. I just know when something doesn't feel right. I was right with all of the viddies, right? I was right with the viddy. And that was just looking at everything that was going on with the viddy. You know what I'm saying? And I was just looking at what's going on, and I just used common sense.
Right.
When it came to the when it came when it came to the scratchy, right? I just said to myself, it usually takes this long to do it. I find it very odd that they were able to do it in not just a short time, but the amount of time that they said it was going to take.
When was the last time the government has ever been on
time? They can't even balance their budget, and they know that's coming up. Yeah. They know that's coming, and they still can't get that shit together.
And they're the ones spending all the money. So it's like, dude, why don't you just, when you release the $10 billion to Ukraine, just write it down in the checkbook? Balance that fucking thing. Is it that hard?
It comes down to they never, ever have done anything on time, but they got this exactly on time. So forgive me if I'm skeptical. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I always said, it's not like I'm quick to jump into any new drug anyway. When it comes to new drugs, I let other people do it first. Right. Ciro will tell you that. Anytime Ciro turned me on to something new, he knew my question was going to be, how was it? And even the stuff that me and him tried for the first time without, like 2CB and shit like that.
Right.
This motherfucker, we looked at mad research. We looked at people who did it and like what they said it was like. And, so we were able to see, like I'm not just trying some new shit. I sat back, I watched what went on, and I'm going to keep it real. I personally didn't like the results. So I said ixnay on the Vixay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ixnay on the Vixay.
Yeah, man. The Vixen. That's what I'm called from now on. The little Vixen. Because she fucked a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Germ theory of disease.
I heard that germs. You ready for this one? I heard germs are
what, dude? What? What? They're not real? Don't exist?
Yeah.
Germs don't exist?
No, you never heard of conspiracy on germs? Put up conspiracy on germs. There's a whole conspiracy on germs, how they don't exist.
Germ theory denialism.
Which in short just means germ conspiracy theory.
Germ theory denialism is the pseudoscientific belief that germs do not cause infectious disease and that the germ theory of disease is wrong. It usually involves arguing that Louis Pasteur's model of infectious disease was wrong and that Antoine Béchamp was right. In fact, its origins are rooted in Béchamp's empirical, disproven in the context of disease. The theory of pleomorphism is the ability of some microorganisms to alter the morphology. Another obsolete variation is the terrain theory and postulates that the state of the internal environment determines if genes cause disease rather than the germs being the sole cause of it.
So he's
That
not
doesn't sound that
denying
bad to me, dude.
he's not denying that there's germs. What he's saying is germs do not cause diseases, right? Did I
Yeah.
hear that correct?
Well,
Do they have that in layman's terms? You know, for like someone with a GED like myself.
well, I guess we should really go to all right. So germ theory is the currently accepted scientific theory for many diseases.
By the way, Seymour 76 was right on it, man. He said germ theory of disease, man. This dude knows his shit, man. Moneymaker idea. Yeah, my guy thinks germs are real. Definition of germs.
Yeah, and that's actually like germ doesn't seem like it's like cooties. It's like not a real word. You know, it's not a scientific word. You know what I mean? It's
look up germ. What is the definition of germs?
Well, so let me go to, can you see this? Share. Okay, here we go. So the germ theory of disease is the currently accepted scientific theory for many diseases. It states that microorganisms known as pathogens or germs can cause disease. These small organisms, too small to be seen without magnification, invade us, you know, yada, yada. Germs refers not to just bacterium, but to any type of organisms, protists, fungi, viruses, prions, viroids, and other infectious diseases. So,
very interesting, which explains why some kids lick the pole and never have a problem.
Yeah, so it's Louis Pasteur with the milk. And then interesting. So how is this a moneymaker?
Well, because you know, they sell all those things to fight germs.
Right.
So that you don't get diseases.
Dude,
because they have people believing that germs cause diseases. I mean, that's what I thought, right?
Here is my theory.
So now they have all those germ things to get rid of those germs.
Here is my.
They have nothing to do with this. Even though I don't think I want germs on me anyway. It just feels just sounds gross. You know, currently accepted ideas. Gotta love those.
Like gravity, dude. The theory of gravity. It's not the fact of gravity. It's the theory of gravity. But dude, here's the thing that I think about health, right? By and large, it's all propaganda, right? The food pyramid is just designed to fucking sell shit, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with, you know, all the stuff they tell you in school that you need to eat and whatever, all these organic this, organic that, and they're just jacking everything up with pesticides. This is the diet you need. You wake up in the morning, you have 2 double espressos, right? Do you know what that does? That cleans you out. Any bad juju you have in your body will be expelled expeditiously after 2 double espressos, right? Then you wait, right? You wait till about 1 o'clock. You have your coffee around 9 or 10. You wait till 1. At 1 o'clock, you have 2 eggs, potatoes, and some toast, right? And then you don't eat again until like 8 or 9 o'clock at night.
Sausage?
No, bacon or sausage, sometimes pork roll, whatever I have in the house. But, you know.
Bacon and sausage on there, man.
You know, you almost always bacon, you know, sometimes pork roll, never sausage. Not a fan of the sausage because they're
like sausage.
And then you have a nice light dinner.
The patties.
Then you have a nice light dinner, right? And you chase it down with a couple cigarettes. Look, healthy as a horse. Look at me and Gary. Look at me and Gary. We look great.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving, dog. Timor says calories, another magic word.
Yeah, fucking bullshit, dude.
Bullshit. Well, I mean, in a way, what are calories? Tell me that's a theory. Calories are a theory. Holy shit, man! I'm learning things today. Timor says they put a fat guy on a treadmill and feed him Oreos to find out how many calories there are in Oreo. How do they figure out what are calories? I never understood any of that shit, and somehow I still managed to keep my physique.
A calorie is a measurement of energy. like a watt in a light bulb.
Like a watt. Is that what it says?
Dude, small calories estimate the amount of energy required to raise the temperature of exactly 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius at 1 atmospheric pressure, and big calories are known as kilogram calories, or more commonly known to and referred to the calories in food. But a calorie is a unit of energy that originated from the obsolete caloric theory for heat.
So it's all based on a theory. So calories aren't even real either. You got a Bunsen burner in your belly. I'm telling you, man. I eat like fucking shit. Bro says everything is better with bacon. I agree, dog. I agree. When people say you eat vegetables, I'll be like, well, you know, if it's wrapped in bacon, you know what I'm saying? Like you wrap that shit in bacon, I could fuck with anything, man. Bacon makes everything better. That should be their fucking slogan. Bacon makes everything better. You know? Even though I'm not gonna lie, I did feel bad that day when I pulled up on the side of all those pigs that I knew were going to get killed for bacon. One of them looked at me like he knew. And they're
They're
very
smart, dude.
smart.
Yeah, smarter than dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, he knew. It's like he knew. He just gave me that look, and I felt very bad when I had my bacon and egg that morning. And every morning since, it kind of flashes back in my head a little bit. So yes, there's
That's why I've
guilt
never
when I eat
watched
my
any of those
breakfast.
movies, dude. Like all
I
those
don't
like
want
fat.
to see it. I don't want to see how sausage is made, man. I know it's something I don't want to do. I'm not built for that shit. You know, I'll have someone on my team to do that shit. You know, I'll do something else that needs to be done, but it won't be that shit.
Yeah.
You know, and it sucks because when you look at survival, there's some shit that I just wouldn't be able to eat, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't be able to eat it. Motherfuckers just, I mean, I guess I could bite into a snake if you fry it up. I could probably do that. I could probably bite into some fish. You know, that stuff I can do, but there's a lot of shit that I just wouldn't be able to do. You cutting over something, man.
Mm.
Come on, man. Pay attention there. All right. D. Moore says calories were invented to sell processed food, make people think there is some energy value in a Twinkie. Doesn't sugar give you energy? Bro, I'm more confused after you read the definition for calories than when we started. I'm glad I'm not alone, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, what does that mean? Like, it's energy. How do you measure energy? Is it you put a fat guy on a treadmill and feed him Oreos? Is Thee more fucking giving us the actual truth and not actually being sarcastic? You know? Holy shit, there's so much I don't know. There is so much that I know nothing about, man.
Yeah.
You know? That's why I miss the days when all you had to do was sound like you knew what you were talking about. I was much more intelligent back then. You know? You caught yourself. I heard what you was gonna say, and then you said, "Nah, he might be onto something." You know?
Yeah, I'll let this one slide.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
The way I think is a horrible way of thinking sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And people think I do that shit on purpose.
Yeah.
You know, there's people who think I say what I say on purpose to be edgy. No, I just don't know when to shut up.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Gato says that is the most intelligent thing you have ever said. That there's so much I don't know, right?
Yeah.
Themor says, don't get me started on cancer. No, Themor, what are we talking about here, man? Because I actually lost a cousin to cancer, man. Are you telling me cancer's, is it created? Is it not real? What are you saying, Themor? I'm learning a lot of things today. There's so much I don't know. Kato, you know what? I'm thinking about that last comment. That's the most intelligent thing you have ever said. I guess it is. I guess it is, right?
Yeah.
You know, fuck. Even though I can't eat anything, I bought those frozen tacos. You know those mini tacos?
Mm-hmm.
I bought those the other day. Gross. I don't know why I thought they were going to be good. It's like thinking fucking, what are those little pizza roll things? It's like thinking those are good. You know? There are 5,000 different types of cancer all over the body. None of them are the same. But then there is cancer, though. Are you saying that none of them is actually like, so cancer does not describe a specific process or a thing that exists?
They're not cancer cells. Yeah, they'll say they're rogue cells.
Those fucking rogue cells. Well, I guess you got to call it something, no?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like a growth, right? It's a growth in your body.
Every word is a created word, so I mean, it has to, you know, eventually there has to be a terminology that's accepted.
Right.
So that's what we call it, no? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like even like calories. I mean, I don't know where they're getting that from though. Like, how do you measure energy? That's a difficult one. The smartest man knows that he knows something, but not all. There's always a chance to learn. Thank you, brother. I actually took that as a compliment now. I didn't realize it was a compliment. I thought it was a little shot, but you know, hey, you know, I mean, I know I got a GED, man, which nowadays, to me, I feel like that's why my mind is more open to shit because I was less indoctrinated. And even when they were trying to indoctrinate me, I was very rebellious on that.
Yeah.
Michelle says, my mom was fine and always healthy, and she gets stage 4 colon cancer and dies within 2 months. I believe that the COVID shot caused it. My daughter also hasn't been right since those shots earlier.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, Michelle.
Yeah. And I'm sorry to agree with you, but I agree with you. Lauren says, my mother, I think, passed because of that vaccine. I agree with that too. It's horrible. And the thing is, they won't say anything about that. They're not. In order to really figure anything out like that, you would have to get an autopsy on your own.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, man, it is heavy. Themor, you're right. It's like it's hard not to be a conspiracy theorist when you're like, dude, they poison the food all the time. Like
Well,
in any of the kids' food, dude, like red dye, blue dye, like all that shit, dude. Like Italy, you're not allowed to have any of that. Any of that. No processed food anywhere. They eat everything fresh, made in the fucking country. Yeah. And like the other thing is like, dude, you shouldn't.
Yeah, if I did that, I think it would kill me.
No, dude, no.
The shock to my system would be like, where the fuck is that poison that I grew up on all my life? It'd be withdrawal.
Yeah, but dude, also like, you know, they've eradicated food. Like there used to be like 120 different varieties of apples. Right now, there's 10. They just got rid of all of them because they didn't grow as good. Right. And that's the thing. Like people talk about GMOs, right? A genetically modified organism, but you can make a GMO naturally, right? Like when you crossbreed weed strains, those are GMOs. You're genetically modifying the original plant by breeding them together.
That's
and
like
it's like dogs,
hyperallergenic dogs, right?
Well, no, dude, any dog, every dog is a GMO, right? Because every dog, if you believe in it, descended from wolves, right? Every dog, their last common ancestor was the wolf. So you have a German Shepherd, a Mastiff, and then another one, and it's all from selective breeding, which is a form of GMO, right? Like when you have the French Bulldog with the short nose, what they do is instead of breeding the ones with the longer nose, they're breeding shorter ones with shorter noses with shorter noses. So what that's doing is it's fucking up the gene pool to make those short noses. So I think it's hysterical that you see some fucking woke vegan walking around saying that they don't eat GMOs and all this shit's bad, and they're walking around with the French Bulldog. Like you literally bought a genetically modified dog because you think it's cute, and it's actually just bad for the fucking dog because he can't breathe. He's got no respiratory system. It's fucked up.
What do you think of like mixed breed people?
What do I think of mixed breed people?
Are they GMOs?
I think I'm gonna roll past that question because I think I do have somewhat of a career ahead of me. So I'm gonna roll past the mixed race question.
Do you think mixed race people are GMOs, dog? Are they genetically modified? Mulattoes? Are you saying that mulattoes are genetically modified, dude?
It's been a great show.
Gato Gordo. Let's go to the comment section as they've been ringing up. Gato Gordo says, I got more with curiosity. I got,
Oh, hold on,
oh, no, up before that. Before that.
up.
Yeah, I'd go more with curiosity. Some people want to learn more. Some don't care to learn and know it all already. Yeah. And most of those people don't know shit. And the funny thing is, once they realize that, then they go, oh, whatever. That's the best when you talk to someone who thinks they know everything, and then you actually prove to them that they don't know anything, and they go, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. Bro, 12002 says, I just learned that we all have. Why are you not with me, Brian?
Sorry.
See, this is what happens when you're not with us.
Sorry.
Brian is a Cancer. You're still not with me. Bro says, I just learned that we all have. You're still not. There you go. I just learned that we all have the cancer cell. It's just a matter of being activated. Really? That shit's on all of us like fucking MRSA. Lauren says she had the same medical issues for years and suddenly in 4 months drastically went downhill. Horrible. Gato says, also, some people always need to create an answer or a reason for everything. Just look at horoscopes. They created a whole system to motivate folks. Two. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know how long that's been around or whatever. I don't know.
For astrology?
Yeah, forever. Well, it's been around for a long time.
I mean, dude, if you believe in his story, you know, I don't know. I mean, allegedly, like, I mean, you look at all the pyramids and stuff like that, right? And they're all lined up with Orion's belt, right? So they were in tune with the stars back then, you know, so there was definitely something going on. Dude, I think about it sometimes too, bro. Could you imagine what it would be like looking up with no artificial light? Like every night it's just fucking dark. And you just see all those stars.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the stars shine bright enough. Like I've gone to places in the woods and shit where like you're just
right. But dude,
but
when they didn't have like electricity, you know, and it was only fire for light or whatever other sort of light sources that they had back then, you wouldn't have had any of that. So where you have like the city light, there would have been none of that.
I hear what you're saying.
Zero light pollution, you know, and that's why they're probably all enthralled with the stars. I mean, dude, there are times that I've been like out west where you can see the cluster of the Milky Way with like your naked eye.
Are they real? Or is it just
a projection?
Some sort of projection? Are they? I don't know. I think they're real. All right. All right, Cyril, before you go getting on me, I think they're real. I believe in stars. But if I found out they weren't, I wouldn't be surprised. Themore says, when you know you're being lied to relentlessly, snake oil salesmen are some of the worst. I mean, that's the problem. The problem is that a lot of this stuff ain't conspiracy theories. A lot of it is just knowing when they lie to you and then realizing they do that shit a lot, which makes everything else they say questionable. That's all it is, you know. Michelle says, sorry to hear that, Lauren. Sorry for your loss, too. Lauren says, thank you, Michelle. You're welcome. It's nice to see our people showing love for each other. Bro says, check out the big brain on Brian. Yeah, I heard Brian gets good brain. Gay. Zero. Still with us. What's he got to say? A genetically modified organism is an organism whose genetic material has been altered using genetic engineering techniques.
Right, which is like selective breeding, dude. That's a genetically engineering technique. It's a natural way of genetic engineering.
That made sense because that sounded like something Kamala Harris would say right there. A genetically modified organism is any organism whose genetic material has been altered using genetic engineering techniques. I don't know if that makes sense. It doesn't sound like anything you would say, Ciro. I don't know where this is coming from.
It sounds like you're
it sounds
defining it. Yeah.
It sounds intelligent, but I'm a little skeptical of what you just said there because it just sounds like you did a full circle of like, what is a woman? A woman is someone who identifies as a woman.
Right.
That's what that sounds like, Ciro. I'm calling you on that one right there. I'm calling bullshit on what you just wrote.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I'm calling it, man. I've never heard you talk like that. And that sounds like hold on, I'm getting a text. All right, hold on. I thought it was him copping to it. But that sounds like that's bullshit, what you just said there. All right, because it made me understand it even more or less than what he wrote. They are hybrid is a safe answer. They are hybrid. They're not GMOs.
Hmm.
I'm just asking the question because
Right.
Brian was saying that the dogs are GMOs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking, like, if you got like a mixed race walking a GMO dog, then there's GMOs all over the place. Isn't that what you're saying? King
It's
Hammer
exactly what I'm saying.
says
Yeah, yeah.
it takes longer to do selective breeding and you're at the mercy of genetics. Easier to just modify the gene you want.
Yeah, but I
For
mean
who?
now, dude,
Like,
now,
hold on
like
a second.
chem
Hold on. Easier for who? Who's it easier for? Like, oh yeah, I'll just modify the gene I want. I think it's easier for me to get the two nationalities I want and
Mhm.
try to get them together to try to create. It's like when I did that show in PA where all the white dudes' daughters, all their white daughters were dating black dudes, and all the kids
Mhm.
were Puerto Rican. Are you saying that all those kids were GMOs?
Yes.
If that's the case, then that's easier than modifying a gene, I think. Themor says pyramids only a few hundred years old, probably 200 at max. Ooh, Cyril, what do you say about that? That one I know either he really agrees with or he's like, get the fuck out of here. What do you think about that one, Cyril? Themor says Freemason project. Oh, yo, the Freemasons are also very big on that whole Board of Education and the funding
Oh,
of all that shit.
really? I'm
Yeah, yeah,
shocked.
yeah.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I was really thinking about it the other day, right? If everyone used to have these awesome buildings, like why did they stop, dude? It makes no sense.
Yeah, why do they
It
make
makes
buildings
no
ugly
dude, when
now?
was the last time someone put up a stone building?
Dude, even the statues. They're not making anything like those statues. They're
No, dude.
destroying.
No, bro.
The last one
No.
they did for Martin Luther King looked like someone eating ass. We did a whole episode on it. How it definitely looked like either fellatio or ass eating going on that shit. And I
Mhm.
don't know, maybe Martin ate a lot of ass. I don't know. You know, he might have.
Yeah.
He had a full face. He might have gotten into that. You know, Lauren says, sorry for your loss as well, Michelle. The love continues to flow. I love it. Ciro says,
Hold
big
on.
brain shit. Big brain shit. Really? You came up with that on your own? Came up with that on your own? I'm not buying it.
Oh shit.
You're
Here you
skipping
go.
shit again, man. Themor says cross breeding or specialized breeding is not genetic modification, Brian.
I mean, I would disagree, but sure.
Or genetic engineering.
Sure. If that's what you want to say. I'll disagree.
Yeah, I caught Zero out there, man. And bro says I'm confused once again. That only means you're listening. Zero says crazy talk. Nah, man. It's cheaper. It definitely is cheaper.
But we have more money than we had before.
Oh, wait, he says this is a good place to bring up the DNA lies. Now, here's the thing, since you brought it up. Here's the thing, since you brought it up. The DNA. I've always questioned DNA. I always did, because I watch a lot of forensic files,
Mhm.
and I used to question a lot of that shit, and it's come out that a lot of that shit was bullshit. It's come out that, like, the teeth shit, like them doing the imprints of the teeth and bite marks. I heard that was bullshit. There's a bunch of shit that's bullshit. The only reason why I still believed in the DNA is because it's gotten people off.
Right.
But then, in the old-fashioned way of questioning everything, Themor, before you say that, then I thought, well, if you want a lie to be believable, then you got to use it to also get some people off.
Mhm.
Because then you could say, oh, that shit is real. So
Mhm.
I've always questioned it. And if you know something I don't know, feel free to send us a link or share or whatever. King Handel says that Gary, to see the results of selective breeding in humans would take years with uncertain outcomes.
But it doesn't in dogs, and that's my fucking point.
It
So you
still
can
takes
do it.
some years.
Yeah, but it's way less because the lifespan of a dog is fucking 10 years, and they can get pregnant at like a year and a half.
Yeah, but then you still have to have a bunch of them to make sure that that's what it is.
Yeah, but
like,
it doesn't.
in other words,
Yeah, but it doesn't
in
take
other
that
words,
long.
for them to know that those short-nosed shits have breathing problems, they still would have to go through at least 20.
But they don't
30,
care that
40
the dog
years.
has breathing problems. They want it. They want the look. They don't care that it can't breathe. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
that's
that's
my
what I'm
argument against
saying.
it.
But that's the same thing with mulattoes.
What?
They don't really care if like their lung capacity is less than if they were a full breed. They just like the way they look.
Huh.
Because then even in the winter, they look tanned. But not so tan that it affects their job placement.
Right.
But
they still get picked on sports teams earlier than later.
Carrie nailed it. Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. So you're saying that I'm genetically modified in that case, right? Because I'm a mix of.
Dude, you got a bunch of stuff in you, dude. You're chemically modified. You're not genetically modified.
I mean, that's easy. Get the fuck out of here with that one. Chemically modified. Femur says, no worry, you are 99% the same as a banana.
What? I'm Googling that. Bro, this is from Pfizer, dude. Pfizer, right?
Oh, man.
Pfizer. How genetically related are we to bananas? Gene sequencing reveals that we have more in common with bananas, chicken, and fruit flies than you may expect. We've long known that we're closely related to chimpanzees and other primates, but did you know we also share half of our genetic material with chickens, fruit flies, and bananas? 96% chimp, 60% chicken, 60% banana, 60% fruit fly. In fact, nearly 75% of the genes that cause disease in humans are also found in fruit flies.
Wait, we got fruit fly in us?
Mm-hmm.
We got the same genetics as fruit flies. That explains why some motherfuckers is so annoying. You know what I'm saying? You ever wonder why some people are just so fucking annoying? That's because they probably got a little more fruit fly in them. Their DNA got a little more fruit fly. We got a first-time commenter. Shit. Chris Burton says that Gushmit, that Gushmint's hit different. Gushmint's. Yes. I think he might have said Cushmint's.
Cushmint's, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. King Anna says, minus the mulatto, the Aryan race theory. I was going to say that. Yeah. I mean, isn't that what he was basically trying to do?
Who?
You know, your boy Idelman. Good old
Idelman?
Hitler. Good old Hitler. Can we still say Hitler on
hey.
Your boy Adolf.
Yeah, Addy, bro. Addy.
Your boy Addy.
Yeah, my boy Addy, dog.
Yeah.
AH, bro. AH. That's what we call him.
Bro says, at least he didn't call you guys a vegetable. Can you say vegetable anymore? Or is that offensive to the person whose brain is no longer working? Can you say that? Can you say he's a vegetable now? I don't think you can. I think that's very offensive. I think I just probably said something very offensive, right? Did I? I think I did.
Yeah, you can't say that.
I did,
anymore.
right? You can't say he's a vegetable, right? What do they say? His brain is relaxing, and will stay relaxing for the next. What do they say? They don't say
he
brain.
doesn't. He chooses not to think.
I choose not to think. Splash says retard is one of my most used words. And the thing with that word is, a lot of times it doesn't even mean, I mean, I guess it does.
It does, dude. It means exactly what it means. Down syndrome is what it means, dude.
It does. Like when you say, what are you, retarded? I guess in a way, That's
You're
what you
saying
mean,
stupid.
right?
Yeah, you're saying slow, dumb, not as
But
educated.
can it mean both like stupid?
Well,
I mean, look, if
a
you look up the
retardant, like a
word,
fire retardant, is like something that
because
blocks it.
if
You
you
know.
look up the word, no, you said retardant, not retarded. But if you look up the word, if something is retarded, like a tire could be retarded, couldn't it? Isn't it like a meaning like just something wrong? Isn't that what it means? Look up the word for me, please. Because I really want to know why it's offensive. I know why it's offensive because people started calling each other that if they did something stupid. So that's why, that's why,
Dated, now offensive. That's great. The dictionary is now telling us what words are offensive or not.
Yeah,
Which
like, so I
good.
should be offended. I should be offended right now. But I'm not.
That's because you're retarded and you can't understand why you should be upset.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
It
because
says
I
the term
wasn't.
is increasingly considered offensive. The use of intellectually disabled is now preferred over retarded in medical, education, and regulatory contexts, as well as in general use.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that the word intellectually disabled is better than retarded? Where do they get these things from? I think intellectually disabled sounds like a diss. It sounds like someone who thinks they're all that, and they're like, this person is intellectually disabled. That sounds worse. It's the same thing with midget. I think little people sounds worse. Michelle, you are not a little person, Michelle. You were not smaller than any other person I know. You're a midget. You're not small. I love you. You're more of a person than a lot of the people I know. All that love that you share. I feel like that's worse, little person. To me, it means that you're less than a person. You're a little person. No, I think that's
it's
worse.
a child, little person. It's a child.
I just think that's worse. We used to play with little people. That's what they were called, little peoples.
Yes, the toys.
Remember those? Come on, man. Themor says you're a fruit. I mean, you're a nut. You're a tomato. You're a tomato. You got this. Hold on a second, man. I feel like you're skipping. Oh, no, you're not. All right.
I'm not.
All right. Bro says not down with the PC culture. What's that? Pop coochie? You're not down with the pop that coochie culture? Come on, bro. I know you're down with the pop that coochie. Pop that coochie.
Pop that coochie and shake that ass. Pop that coochie and shake that ass. Shake that
King Handel says, here's the thing. There are building blocks of life that are common to all organisms on this planet. For example, organisms consume some food sources and convert it to energy. You'll find that same process from mosquito to humans. Makes sense that there might be some shared DNA that allows that process. Now, I believe some people definitely have some fruit fly in them. The more I think about it, that's not hard to believe. Gado means retard means to hold back fire. Retard means to hold back fire retardant. Oh, to retard means to hold back fire retardant. Bro says Jesus healed the cripple. What's wrong with that? I don't think anything's wrong with that. Fuck the police.
The PC police.
The PC police. I thought he said fuck the police. Fuck the PC police. Chris Burton. Pretty sure midget is worse. I don't know. Michelle, what do you think? Michelle, I like fun size. All right. Fun size is cool. But what if they're not fun? Not all of you got great dispositions like you do. The traveling runner says, sounds like the smart way to say stupid. Intellectually. Yes, intellectually. Yes, exactly. Intellectually disabled makes it sound like
pretentious.
Like you have a choice.
Pretentious.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a choice in this. It's like, in other words, you just won't shut up and learn. So you're intellectually disabled.
It's like people saying they got ADD or dyslexia.
Whereas retarded just sounds like something is off.
Like you're just dumb.
It's not your fault at all.
It's just the way you were built.
Bro says little dick.
Okay.
I don't want to go there. Although there is like midget porn, not just with the females. They got like little dudes swinging them donkey dicks, yo. Never saw it because I just, you can't unsee shit. But I'm guessing that's what it is. If they're in there, they got to have.
Is it just
And because they're
proportional?
little, it looks bigger.
Right.
That's why I like being short. It automatically adds at least 1.5 inches. Michelle Balducci says, I like fun size better. Fun size is better. It sounds cutesy. But to me, fun size is like the way I say downy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a cute slang that's not offensive. That I don't mean to be offensive. It's like a cute slang, I would think they understand just because I'm leaving out some syllables. Whatever. Chris Burton's wait a minute. Themo said, send this guy your shirt, Gary.
Okay.
What guy? Chris Burton said, y'all have doctors watching this or something. Chris, welcome to the most uninformed show you're ever gonna watch, man. If you come back again, then you're truly one of ours. But we appreciate you stopping by. We just shoot the shit, dog. We have no agenda. There's no agenda to the things we do. We just hang out with y'all and kick it. And, every now and then we might say something intelligent, but 99% of the time we're a banana. Gato Gordo says exactly, just the formal or proper way academics speak to each other. But the common people speak differently. That's why we have dialect, slang, common lexicon, etc. Smartly stupid. Yeah, I mean, that just sounds like versatile Spanish. What is that? Oh, vosotros Spanish. See, that's how Puerto Rican I am. Like vosotros Spanish. What's vosotros?
Dude, we went out.
I got the white dude telling me vosotros. Look, man, stop showing off, dude.
We went out last night to a Mexican place, right? And Rinaldi ordered.
Oh, you mean the shirt?
Yeah, oh yeah. The shirt.
Skeptic.
He ordered. Man. Hearing Rinaldi order something in Spanish, like say a Spanish word with his South Philly accent, was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
I feel like he sounds probably pretentious when he does it.
No, dude. No, he sounds exactly the same. There's no pronunciation to it.
Oh, he sounds like me?
No, he just sounds like if it was a South Philly word. I can't even do it, dude. I can't even attempt to do it. But he's saying taquitos, and he's like, "What are the taquitos?"
Taquitos. I feel like it's worse, like when I hear you doing it, or like Adam.
What, when we say it like in Spanish?
Adam's like, because we went to the Spanish restaurant. He's like, "Should I order in Spanish?" And I said,
"I always do."
Yeah, you do. I said, "Yeah, I guess, right? Why not?"
It depends, dude. It depends. If the person up front is.
The Spanish restaurant out here, they don't speak no English. I'm like, shouldn't there be one person that speaks English?
Dude, it's in a Spanish neighborhood, bro. Like, nobody in that neighborhood is white. Everyone's Spanish in that neighborhood.
I would disagree. I would disagree. But, I'm sitting there with my Google Translate just to order. And by now, you should know my order. I was just thinking about it now, man. That just made me hungry. I'm actually in the mood for that Spanish food. They make good food.
Dude, that place is... Man, the first time I went in there and I got the pork, and the dude took the scissors and he's just cutting the crust of the skin off for me. I was like, let's do it. Yeah. So good.
Yeah, man. Bro says, my teachers would say I was behind the curve and I knew what he meant. It was loud and clear. My teachers used to say, you're going to work at the warehouse across the street. And then I realized they make more than the teachers.
Mm-hmm.
If they would have hooked me up with a job, I would have fucking quit then. Story of my life, bro says. It's the story of a lot of lives, bro. Femore says, this shirt you got on now. Yeah, there you go, man. Go cop that shirt. Where can they cop that shirt, Brian? Oh. And any Rated G drip, you catch it at brianlicata.com/shop.
Almost. Don't forget the T.
Brian T. Licata.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, brianTlicata.com/shop.
I am sure about that. Yes. It's the same as the handle, brianTlicata.com/shop.
/shop. Go get yourself some Rated G some Rated G drip, and also support the podcast, man. Daddy needs a new mic cord for the mic. Okay. And you know what, man? If we get enough money, man, I'll hit the road and we'll do some shit from the road, which is what he's trying to do, man. Start sponsoring us a little bit, motherfuckers. And I'm only fucking with you. I don't give a shit if you ever send us a dime. I love doing this. Traveling Runner says Ghostface Killer said it best. Smart, dumb ninjas. Yeah. No doubt. King Handle says, I order an American wherever I go. I like the way he says American, not English. I order an American. Brian, are you frozen?
There?
Brian, you there? Because I see you frozen. I think one of us got lost, and I don't think it's me. I think it's you. I'm right here.
I can see you. I can't hear you. This is all on me, to everybody. I'll just say this is
I think
all
it's you.
On me. Or is it him?
No, I think it's you, man. Let me see. My audio.
I think it's me. I think my internet.
It's you, dude. You know. Can you hear me now? Close some windows. This fucking guy.
Hello, friends.
I hear you.
Still connected to the show. Hello, are we live? I have no idea.
I hear you. I don't see you moving.
I could kind of hear you, but now I don't.
Close some windows on your joint, man. What do you got? Windows open?
No, I closed all of them. Oh, now I can hear me.
Fucking guy. I mean, it's not a show unless we lose some sort of something, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? It's perfect that we said that when we said, we could use a little sponsoring for the show. I love that King Handle says I order an American wherever I go. American, not English, American. Lauren Klaska says I was ADD in school. ADD is a lie. I think that shit is completely made up. I just didn't want to focus on schoolwork. Yeah.
And dude, and to further prove the point of the worker bees is they would call kids ADD in school to put them on amphetamines as children.
Yeah.
That's what they would do. They came up with ADD to start giving your kid fucking Ritalin, fucking Adderall, and all of it. And we're very happy they did.
The Traveling Runner says the T is for trouble.
Stands for tomato.
No, the T is for trans. Brian Trans Licata. He now identifies as a Doberman. Not a pincher, a grabber. Gato Gordo says he's there, but his video is dead. I hope we're back now. Laura says Brian has a very intense frozen face right now. That's what sucks when you freeze, man. It's all about how you freeze. And it's usually like, you're too juicy over there, man. Why do I hear your saliva all in your mouth, man? That's gross, dude. Stop that, man. You're grossing me out. Gato Gordo says lag. Yeah, I think you spelt that wrong. The Traveling Runner says, yeah, B in the freeze face. Themore says Brian's on dial-up. Yeah, man, he is. King Hannah says that Gary, Brian pulled up the midget porn you were talking about. You got him excited. Long Dong Short Man. I think he's a porn star. Michelle says, Brian, you are frozen and sound robotic. See, Brian, it was you. And now you're back. All right. Gato says, hey, Brian, thanks for doing the show, even with Airbnb internet. Yeah, I do appreciate that. I mean, after all, that's what I did when I was on the road. All right. That's before you guys actually started listening, but we're not mad at you. We wasn't live at the time. Although I think Michelle was always a listener from the jump. I think Gato might have came in a couple of times too. A couple of them. Lauren says, I was put on Ritalin at 7. Yeah, that's healthy. Ritalin at 7.
Dude.
That explains. Mama's back.
Mama.
You saw that jump?
Yeah. She's spry.
Yeah, man. Ritalin at 7. There you go. That sounds like fun.
Shit was lit.
Chris Martin says shit was lit. Mama's back. She's moving around. That medicine I gave her must have did good. I gave her like a little piece of oxy. To get rid of the pain, man. To get rid of the pain. Lauren says, I heard it causes depression and other things later on in life. I stopped taking it young though. Yeah, most of those things cause problems later on in life, like puberty blockers. Gato Gordo says Camden faces.
Dude.
I feel like you guys just connected and I feel left out of the loop. What's Camden faces?
No, I was saying due to your joke. This is the puberty blockers joke. That was great, dude. That was amazing. That was
Sometimes
amazing.
I say some good
That was
things.
amazing timing. It's perfect. It's perfect. He's probably saying the frozen faces, the Camden face.
Camden faces. Bro says Brian has hairy limp wrist. He does have very monkly hairy wrist. I mean, I can't talk shit. I got monkey wrist too. They kind of come up high, you know.
Dude, I have underneath eyebrows. Like if I let my beard grow up, it'll just go right here.
Your
right
eyebrows look like they're singing right now. Someday we'll be together.
Oh, dude, they go deep, dude.
I feel like those things be connecting like a motherfucker. The channeling runner says, yeah, I need to pull up to that live show. Yeah, no doubt, man. It's gonna be dope.
Let us know if you know any midgets.
Yeah, man. Well, we got one. I'm sure you got friends that are shorter than you.
Yeah.
You know, twerk cat. My cat don't twerk, Splash. How, Splash? How? You don't know, Splash. My cat don't twerk, Splash. Chris Burton says first sign of a small piece.
What, the unibrow?
Yeah, nah, I think he just kind of built a dam there. You know, I think he's putting in the work to keep them separated, boy. You know,
every morning, dude.
Yeah, my shits, you could tell my shits end. My shits just end, but they thick, and then like sometimes they get in my eye. That's a long distance from here to my eye. You know, what location y'all thinking of? It would definitely be out here, right?
Oh yeah, or New York, AC or New York.
I'm saying AC or New York,
or both.
East Coast.
Yeah, both.
Or both, right?
Yeah.
Maybe do a little tour, go back up to whatchamacallit, man, LA, and we'll have freaking Eleanor come on live.
That would be great. Oh, dude, do you know who Freddie Gibbs is, the rapper? Have you ever heard of him? One of his big songs was Big Boss Rabbit, Gang Signs. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
All right. Well,
no. Why? Is he good?
I like him. Yeah, I like him, but I met him last night at the store.
Oh,
he's dating some comedian, right? So I'm walking around the back.
Who's the comedian he's dating?
I can't remember who it was, but the girl knew Eleanor. So we, Steve and Perkins, are walking with Eleanor around the back.
Blonde?
Who, the girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about. She was funny. Did you see her perform?
I didn't. No.
Oh. I think I know who you're talking about because I think I follow her and I think she has put up
pictures
with dude on her thing.
Got it. Yeah.
I can't remember her name though.
Eleanor said she's really funny.
Yeah, I think I know exactly.
I didn't see her, but I mean, if she said that, then
I mean,
then that would be.
Yeah, I think she was down to come on the show actually. Because I did a show with her once. If it's the person I'm thinking of.
Oh, really?
I don't remember her name.
He's awesome, man. I mean, Freddie's like not very mainstream. I'm pretty sure he's not even on a label like at all. You know, I think he just puts out his own music. But it was weird because the girl came up and said hi to Eleanor, and I was standing right next to her. So he just puts his hand out and he's like, "Hey, I'm Freddie," and I'm like, "Oh, how you doing, Brian?" And then I'm like looking at him like, I know this dude. like, where do I know this guy from?
Oh, you knew him because of his shit.
His music, yeah. I'm a huge fan of his music.
Oh, that's cool, man. You know, everybody needs fans, right?
Oh, dude, you got to read these comments. Chris Burton says Newport 200s.
It only looks longer because I'm smaller.
Right.
Like my dick.
Funny seeing the pitbull saying twerk cat.
Is her name Sarah?
What's the handle? Because I would recognize her. Sarah what?
Sarah, her name's the handle is Sarah Landrostein. Sarah Rose Highland is her name. But if I'm correct, I
Sarah
thought she
Rose.
posted something with that dude. That's why I'm looking now. I don't see it. It could have been a whatchamacallit. It could have been like a story or something like that.
I don't know. She does. I feel like I did see this chick last night, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, she's really funny. She said she was down to come on the show too. I should get her on. King Handel says, "Nah, I gotta do the show in Kensington and interview the local zombies." Hey, we got some zombies out here in AC, man, and they're easier to talk to. King Handel says, "Fun fact: Freddie Gibbs knocked up a porn star, and now she gets banged out while pregnant." Who's Freddie Gibbs?
Dude, I'm talking about. I just told you, Freddie Gibbs, the rapper.
Oh,
this is the dude I met, the rapper that I met last night. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of disrespectful. You know, the kid's not even born yet; it's already in porn. You know. Yeah, man. Chris Burton says, "Got to start him young, man." It's fucked up no matter what's in there either. If it's a little boy, fucked up, getting popped in the head with penises. If it's a little girl, I mean,
that's him.
Oh, so that's Freddie Gibbs. Wow, his kid's already in porn.
Yeah, check his music out.
That's fucked up, man. Chris Burton, that thing's a mile long.
For Newport.
Is it?
Hey, dude, do the profile. Turn this way. Turn the. Look at that thing, dude.
D-Moore says, "Stop shaking your can, Brian."
I'm sorry, I gotta.
No masturbating under the table, dude. You're hitting the fucking table. I told you about that shit. You get too excited and you start fucking banging the table. Then motherfuckers can't see you. You know? The fuck was that?
It was a yawn. You guys think Tupac and Big E are the Jurassic 5? What?
I don't think Tupac. Who's the Jurassic 5? Look that up, Brian. Pull that up. Themore always leads us into some good directions.
Oh, it's a hip hop group.
Oh.
It's an alternative hip hop group formed by rappers Charlie Tene, Soup. So what do you think that they're actually in it?
I don't know. Bring up, you got a song or something? God knows who they are. Nah, I don't think Tupac's around anymore, man. Sorry to say it. I would like to think he's in Cuba. You know? But
well,
I don't think so.
Isn't his mom in Cuba? Tupac's mom?
I have no idea.
Yeah, his mom was like a black.
Don't you have like a video or something that I could hear them? Pull something up. Let's get a little taste, man. What the hell? We don't own the right to this music, but why would they get upset? I mean, we're promoting them.
Right? I definitely feel like I heard of this band before. Here we go.
Let's check them out real quick. Let's see. Let's get some volume. All right. All right. Check it out. The beat.
I work the pen to make the ink transform on any particular surface the pen lands on. I care if it's hands on. What's the beef? The coolie high code chiefs, high post techniques, I drape off poetic.
All right. We don't own the rights to that, so I can only play so much. But they sound like a good band. His aunt was Cuban. Gato says the Traveling Runner, Power in Numbers is a great album. I have to check it out. Picks, don't know what that is. Traveling Runner says Gary got to stretch his arms all the way to light that thing. Let me get a bust down, dog. Famous hood quotes. Yo, dude, what's crazy is the new thing now that I mentioned this before that the bums out here do. They'll be like, "Could I get a cigarette?" I'll be like, "Nah." And they'll be like, could I get a bust down? I'll be like, nah, I'm gonna bust it down for myself. And they'll be like, could I get a hit? Could you get a hit? What are you, fucking crazy?
I was outside walking the dog the other night. I was smoking a cigarette, and this dude's like, "Hey, yo, cigarette man, let me get a light." And I was like, "I don't got one." And he's like, "Well, how'd you get that lit?" And I was like, "I don't know. You figure it out."
Tell him, look at me, I'm cigarette man. I just rubbed it against my skinny ass body until a fucking spark came.
But dude, you know what I thought
Like
of
a stick.
So as soon as I walked outside, I lit the cigarette and I saw the dudes, right? The two homeless guys walking towards me. So I immediately crossed the street, because if you're smoking a cigarette around a homeless person, you're getting asked. You know, they're asking you. You know, they're gonna ask for a light or a smoke.
Are
or
you saying that all homeless people smoke? That's a pretty.
Yeah.
You're painted with a pretty broad brush.
Oh, dude, and I'll stand by it, dude.
You're saying all homeless people
bring
smoke.
me receipts. Bring me receipts.
I just don't believe.
Show
it.
me.
Like that's
Show me.
broad.
Show me the evidence. I have mountains of evidence. You want me to? I'll go out and get a homeless person right now and bring him in here. We'll ask him if he smokes. There's 10 of them right out in front of this
I would
apartment.
say if you went to 10. Well, are you talking bums or you're talking like homeless, like the homeless by choice people that have phones?
I'm talking about all of them. They all smoke.
You know,
they all smoke.
Kato says his aunt was in Cuba. Traveling Runner says Pac's mom passed. Did she pass?
Mm-hmm.
Tupac's mother passed? No way. Did she?
Mm-hmm.
Pull that up. I don't think Pac's mom's passed away.
No, she's 2016.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea that Pac's mom's died.
What have you been doing for the last 7 years?
Drugs. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. She ran from charges in the U.S. that were put against her during the civil rights protests.
Yeah, and Traveling Runner. Yeah, Asada Shakur. Yeah, she was in Cuba. Yep. And been in Cuba.
Top 10 most wanted, I think. Wow, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I did not know that. I didn't know she just passed away. Demo says, if you want to hear MJ, listen to Prince's Sister's song.
The song Sister?
Prince's Sister's song.
Or the song Sister by Prince. Is the name of the song Sister?
Or does Prince have a sister that I never heard about either? I'm learning so much shit today.
Do you know what her name is?
That we're like bananas.
Do you know what her name is?
What's her name?
Princess.
Yeah, you won't. Timor says drugs are cheaper than cigs these days. Yeah, I know. The Traveling Runner says, I dare you. Well, where are we at? What are we talking about?
Yeah,
you
won't, I dare you. We missed it.
What is that? I want to know. Because if they're daring me, who knows? If you double dog dare me, then I might have to do whatever it was. Timor says, no, Prince's sister is now a singer. Oh. Who showed up after Prince died?
Tyka Nelson.
Oh, I didn't know. Gato Gordo said, womp, womp, womp. Timor says, I'll find the song. The Traveling Runner says, Brian, go get the homeless guy outside. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. I double dog dare you, Brian. Yeah,
Tyka Nelson.
Yo, go out and randomly get us a fucking homeless person. Let's interview him on the show right now. If he comes back with a homeless person, he is the illest producer there is. I would challenge you to find me a better producer if he actually comes back. I don't think he's going to come back with a homeless person. He's back too quick. And I know they're right outside, but I don't think they're outside. Or maybe he was just putting on his shoes. This is very interesting. I will say this. I don't think he's going to do it. Now he's back too soon.
We smoke, man. We always smoke. We smoke everything all the time. Cigarettes.
Who? What's your name, dog? Who the fuck are you supposed to be?
I'm Hassan. Hassan Chop. I am Palestinian.
Oh man. I would ask you what you feel about the conflict right now, but I'm afraid. And I feel like we already have enough stuff on this episode to get us canceled. We don't have to keep going. But dude, for a second, I thought you were gonna at least get one. Don't you have one that you're kind of friendly with? Is it the same ones every day? Because I had that people living right there for a little while, and even those people, I was on a hey, what's up basis. You know, you don't even say hello. You're one of those neighbors that don't even say hello. You walk by them every day and you pretend they're not even there.
No, dude, there's one dude I see
That's
every
why
morning.
they don't care.
And
That's
I always
why
say,
they don't
I
care
say,
if
what's
they
up?
shit on your fucking stoop. Why should they care if they shit on your stoop? You don't even say hello. You
I
know
actually
what I'm
do.
saying?
I do the kiss hello every time I see him.
You give them a pound, a hug, and a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, kiss hello. Yeah.
You know, and then what do? You come upstairs and wash your lips, or you kiss your wife with those same lips?
Same lips.
He's not gonna get 10 less homeless people. He was talking shit. You called his bluff. You know, and yes, we would go viral right now. We definitely would.
I would contract AIDS in the process. That's the only viral we're gonna go.
I don't think so, man. I don't think you can catch AIDS that way. I mean,
dude,
I don't know.
100%. All you gotta do is stand next to somebody who has it, and you can get it, dude. That's the science of it.
That's the science. You gotta follow.
Weren't you around in the 80s, dude? You've never seen Philadelphia with Tom Hanks?
Yeah, I did.
How do you think you got it?
Just for hanging around.
Standing where you shouldn't have been standing.
Yeah. And then, like, I'm sure being bent over didn't help him either. See, that movie's raw dog because back then, there was only back then when that movie came out, there was only one believed way to get it. So that Tom Hanks was taking it. You know. Did he die at the end of that movie?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, he powered his way to the bottom. Put a cig at the end of a stick like a fishing rod in the old cartoons. Yeah, man, that shit. I think you think they used to do that with like donkeys and shit. Put the carrot on a stick, and it would walk toward it. And why would it walk at a pace? Like, why would it just jet for it? After a while, wouldn't it stop and try to figure it out? Like, it would go, see it go, and then it'd be like, wait a minute. Then like jet and be like, no, that don't work. And then start.
And you think if it could have
yeah, it would start to figure it out, wouldn't it?
Swing it back in.
Or are donkeys really stupid?
I think they're retarded, actually. That's why you call it a donkey's ass, you know?
Is that really why you call it a donkey's ass?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. Maybe I'm just dumb.
I think ass was actually a name for the donkey first, and then it became the name for the butt.
Really? You think ass was first the name for a donkey, and then it became the name for the butt?
Mm-hmm.
Which would make kind of sense, right? Because then when you saw a chick with a big ass, they'd be like, that's a donkey ass. She got a badonkey. You know, badonkey's probably very old. It's probably older than we think. Thousands of years, probably. You know?
Yeah. It was, badonkey was actually created in 2000 BC in South Central LA.
And then, people would be mad because they didn't have badonkeys. Right? And they'd be like, don't be mad you ain't got a badonkey. You still got a little ass. You still got a little ass there. It's just not a badonkey. You know what I'm saying? It's just not a badonkey. Chris Burton says probably millions. Yeah. It's probably 1 million years old. I agree. They called donkeys an ass during them long journeys west. Oh, yeah. That frontier booty. Yeah, man. Imagine you get caught in one of those things and then it takes off and it's just dragging you. Ah! Because I seen that happen to my dog once. He slipped into my other dog and she ran. And then he was stuck on her like, ah! and then they turned in opposite directions. I felt so bad that couldn't have felt good to him. King Handel says, I prefer the term wagon. Does that come from that? Wagon? Meaning butt? I never heard it called a wagon. Trunk. I never heard it called a wagon. You heard it called a wagon? She got some wagon. He got some wagon.
I've heard it called loose. That's all I've ever heard.
What you mean? We're talking about. We're not talking about yours. Are we talking about yours? Caboose. Probably both said caboose.
Caboose. Oh man, the caboose is good. You know what? I also like stems.
The shitter. What about the shitter?
A turd cutter. I like stems for legs. A nice set of stems. You know,
stems.
Yeah, I like saying that. It's a nice set of stems.
You like saying that, stems?
Yeah, I say, you know, look at that broad over there. She's got a real nice.
You say broad. You say broad and stems.
I've been hanging out with Rinaldi all weekend, dude. Come on.
And she's Asian. You're like, check out that hot Oriental girl over there. She got a nice set of stems. That Oriental girl. She got a nice set of stems.
No, I said she has a nice set of chopsticks.
You know, it's nice to know we could have joked like this for a while. It was nice to be free for a while, but every day I'm feeling more and more like Bill Burr in that rental car.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up. They got into trouble for that shit because it was like I thought the conversation was hysterical. You know what I'm saying? The Hershey Highway. Well, is that more terminology of like the butthole? I think that's more the butthole.
Yeah, and the cavity.
I think
canal.
You went beyond the butt. You took a dive into the old
beyond the butt.
You went beyond the butt into the butthole. The Hershey Highway would be the butthole. Chris Burton says I have 3 stems. I don't think that sounds dames. Gato Gordo says dames. You want to bring that word back?
How about Phillies?
Phillies, little Phillies. See, man, this just became very misogynistic. I'm sorry to all the women who might and probably are not listening right now. If you left, I totally get it. King Handel says that, Brian, you're going to get banned from every massage parlor in San Francisco after they see this. No more massages for you. You go to the massage Nazi, right? They tell you how you're going to get it that day. Like,
dude, I just go to a coffee shop and then see if anybody wants to go to the gym, and then we hit the sauna.
That's what you do. You just go to the gym. Stop fronting. Squaws has to really be. That has to really be
offensive.
That has to be offensive, man. You know, that has to be.
Dude, you know, remember me telling
you
about?
Did they ever even call them squaws? Were they originally ever called squaws, or has that always been like a racial?
I've never really heard that used.
Like, no, not for women, but I'm saying for indigenous, whatever the fuck that means. The indigenous people, were they ever called squaws? Like, what's the name? Who's the famous Indian chick? Pocahontas. Was she considered a squaw?
I mean, I thought a squaw was a type of Indian, like a tribe.
Okay. I'm asking because I'm ignorant and don't know. Wench is a good one. Trollop. I like trollop. You know, and no one ever said it better than Joe Bruno on my album when he says, "When the fuck are you gonna learn? You fucking 2-bit crumb smoking trollop." Never heard it put so good. The traveling runner. That's what John Wayne called him in the oldies. John Wayne, man. Hova said he had a squab.
A squab is a type of bird, a little birdie.
Is it? Yeah. And who told you that? A little birdie?
Yeah, squaw. And he went, squaw, squaw, squaw. But dude, going back to the San Francisco massage parlor, remember I was telling you I went rock climbing the other day, right?
Oh, really? Was that part of the massage parlor?
No. But I told you I went rock climbing, and the dude was making fun of me for not taking the bus. He was trying to be on
Oh,
stand on
yes,
some moral high ground because I don't want to take
yeah,
the worst
yeah.
fucking bus in the
Because he made you
worst
feel
fucking
bougie.
city.
He made you feel
Yeah.
bougie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, bitch, I walked here, dog. I didn't take the bus. I walked.
Yeah, with those stems.
So
I'd call them
anyway,
stilks on you.
so then my girl and her friend, they go into the showers and they had a sauna and like a steam room there, right? And I was like, I brought change of clothes. I was going to go in. And then you know what I started to think about? That story that Chris Kinback told us on the podcast.
Yeah, when he just laid back, opened his eyes, and there was somebody getting fellatio right next to him. So what? Then you ran in?
Dude, I
And
ran.
closed your eyes?
I waited outside for an hour for my wife and her friend to get done.
You were like the hoppers. King Handel says, heifer. My great grandmother used to say that a few times. Heifer. Yeah, that's a good one, man. Chris Burton says, baby loud grin. Splash says, my wife calls every woman I know a heifer. That's great, man. The Traveling Runner, the newest one I've been hearing is Puri Frescas.
Puti frescas.
Pooty fresca.
What does
I don't
that
even like the way
mean?
that sounds. Pooty. I don't like the way that sounds. Themor says, holding back this episode, no blackface segment. Look, we don't need blackface to cancel ourselves. Soon we're going to call this the How Are We Not Canceled podcast.
Rated Racist with Brian T. Licata and
I like that. It's got a ring to it.
Yeah. We should get uniforms, dude. We'll get uniforms. I mean, you matching ones. I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking, right?
I don't want to know what you're thinking, but I'm going to listen.
I'm thinking we go white, right, for purity.
Oh,
right?
You already.
But we do the robe, right? And then we do some big pointy hats.
Like cone heads.
Yes, yeah, but we'll cut little eye holes out in the middle. And we'll start saying, you're Grand Dragon this, Grand Wizard that. And we'll start to,
Yeah, I don't like where you're going with this, man. Somehow I don't think I would fit in. Matching white hoodies, Traveling Runner, fucking champion hoodies. Yeah, we could do that. If you're gay, they can't cancel you. That's right, man. We all know already that that I identify as a llama. And apparently now I'm a gay llama. So
and I suck dick a couple times a week.
Well, look, it's San Francisco. Gotta get.
Dude, I'm just, dude, I really like the sauna. That's what it is.
Yeah, you only do it in the sauna because you get a little parched. So you just like live off the sweat of his dick. You drink the sweat of his dick. Do it like karate and have colored belts.
I don't think you can say colored anymore, dude. Jesus Christ.
Don't you mean African American?
Clip it.
Hi, I'm Brian, and I'm a purple belt racist.
That means I spent years in the trenches working hard at it.
I'm a yellow belt. I've only mastered being racist against Orientals. But one day I hope to make black belt. It's going to be hard because I have a lot of respect for my black people. So it's going to be hard to make black belt. But the yellow belt was easy. Green belt would be from, you know, when you're good at, being racist against Mexicans.
The white belt is everyone is included.
Nah, the white belt, you know what that is? White people.
Yeah.
They're racist against white people now, man. It's hard for you. You can't get a management job at fucking Best Buy. There's a lot of, and go try to get a school loan now. You know, the rainbow belt. Yeah, man. I kind of like where that's going, dude. I'm kind of with that.
The belts.
Yeah, I kind of like that, man.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Oh, jeez.
And what you do is like you get an Oriental, right, with a white belt, and you get a white dude with a yellow belt, and they don't fight. What they do is they just hurl racial slurs at each other, and we see who wins.
They're like, you fucking honky.
You fucking rice eating, and they just keep going back and forth, you know. And the thing is, you have like a time to get it in. You got to hit the thing like chess. You know, like when you play chess with a time, you say the diss, and then you hit the clock, and then the other person has a couple of seconds to come up with a diss. And if it's corny, you get a strike. Dude, strikes, you're out.
This is a great idea for a show, dude.
You get rounds. You know, you go 3 minutes.
Racial rounds.
Then, we'll call it racial rounds. Racial rounds. You get 3 minutes. You go in the corner, and then you have your coaches giving you like things to say. Yo, dude, you still haven't called him a gook. You still haven't called him. You know what I'm saying? And like they say, oh, I forgot that one. Okay. And then you go back, and they sit you back down again. You're both sweating. You know. That would be good, man. It'd be like, yeah, there are good jokes there somewhere. Somewhere. We just haven't found them yet. The traveling runner says like blood sport. Kuna mate, kuna mate, kuna mate. What's fucked up is I read that twice before I got it. I got blood sport right off the bat. Kuna mate took me a second. It took me 3 times, actually. It became a chant. Oh man, I think that's a good note to end it on. I feel like we've done enough damage to ourselves in one day already, right? What do you say? You think we've damaged our careers a little bit today? Good, man. And look, the show isn't good unless there's a little damage to our career, or if that's what you want to call a career, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. But either way, man, we love you guys coming. We always appreciate you being here, man. Traveling Runner's been here with the whole freaking show. Timur's been here with us. Brian, you left something out last episode. What did you do after you took the pic of the shit at your front door?
Oh, I double bagged it. No, I'm sorry. Quadruple bagged it with dog bags. I picked it up.
I think he's lying. I think he used a single bag with holes in it.
Didn't even tie it. And I threw it in the trash can in front of my neighbor's house. And then I took a hose and I hosed everything down.
Traveling Run says that's what they were screaming at the end. Yo, I love you guys. Thanks for listening. If you aren't already, man, like, subscribe. If you haven't done that already, smash that like button. Share us with some people that you really don't like if you want to get back at them and fuck up their brain. Splash said used an old bread bag. Hopefully I'll get to see y'all in a few weeks. Yeah, yes, man, sir. No doubt, man. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is you're doing, if you're on vacation or whatever you're doing, safe travels, Traveling Runner. And to everybody else, follow Brian at Brian T. Licata. Follow me at Gary G. Garcia. Timur says, well played, Rated G. Looking forward to Tuesday. Me too, man. Appreciate y'all. Stay safe. Have a great weekend. Peace.
Peace.